Seconds. Do apologise about this, guys. Screen share. Right. Are we there? Are we back, guys? Are we back? Can you hear us loud and clear? Sorry about that. Do apologise. Just lost the stream. Yeah, we're back. Cool. Sorry, Vettel. Back to you, mate.
Yep, no worries. As we've just seen Cashmash get for P1 so far with the 27.192. So overall, not too bad. We've seen Velocity Echo just come out the pits, so maybe he'll take pole position for this sprint qualifying. So everyone will be going out now for their final run. There's going to be on possibly fresh tyres. Actually, you know what? They're all on mediums. So maybe not new runs, but they'll be going on mediums, lower the fuel, and hopefully get at the best position possible, which would be P1. But we're not seeing anyone on a lap right now. We're seeing people. Who's the closest to a lap? It would be Trio Kev. Trio Kev is just starting his lap first, so I'll take you guys through a lap with him. Turn 1 now, gear 4 out of turn 1. So this part of the track's pretty easy. You burn a little bit of battery. I'd say about gear 4 you turn in. Yep, gear 4. Now on your left, if you look about now, you see that bump? Those little bumps? Yep, that's a murderer. Even the ones on the left right now. Even though it's not the racing line, people take it in and their wheel goes flying off. But anyway, we are through the hard brake handers. We've passed the McLaren, who is not on a lap. But the V-Carb Trio Kev is going down to the chicane now of hard braking, hard turns, all of that. Takes it really nice in, cuts the curb a bit, takes the turns in well. I think he got a purple sector, I'm not sure, but here we go to the hard braking zone. A lot of people love it. Takes it in well, gets early on the accelerator, 51% battery, burns most of it. I think he'd burned probably all of it by now. Now for the last few turns, you gotta take this one well, but you can't go too wide, otherwise you do invalidate. Taking it well, but running out of battery very quickly. That is not the ideal risk for you, but here we go for the last few turns now. Gear 3 through there, hard chicane now, gets the exit well onto the runoff area. Last 2 turns now, and that will be a 1:28.006. Oh, that was on soft tires as well. That's not too bad from him, but over to you.
Sorry, Vettel. I had to go to the old little boys' room.
That's no worries. I've just sent another invite as Whiff Matif does get P1 with a 1:26.558. Dido got P2 with a 1:26.646, and Squash Josh has just taken that from him by 0.02 of a second. So we're just not too bad. We're seeing Joyful is on none, so I think he's done. He's done and dusted. Plugger gets P5 with a 26.987. Angus takes that all away from everyone with P4 of a 944, 26.944.
Better job on his teammate.
So overall, not too bad.
Better job than his teammate.
Yeah.
Joyful in that P5 position. Are we anyone else? We've got Salt for Chips in P10.
He invalidated.
Botsaroo pole! Look at that. Kick Sauber back on top doing things as they have been in Division 3. Great job there from Botsaroo and with Matif. Do apologise, guys, that I was away. do not want to be bouncing up and down, needing to go to the toilet while streaming. It's not a good feeling, trust me. But yeah, no, great start there for the two Kick Saubers. Interesting start there for the two Mercedes. The Plugger there in P8 and P6. Plugger been pretty good in qualifying. Obviously, may not be a fan favourite of his. We'll have to wait and see. We've got Russian Robot up there in P3. And then obviously the other McLaren down there in P10, two Ferraris down there in P9 and P15, and the Williams in P5, and yeah, Kyotonic obviously out of the race. So interesting sprint. Going to be a hard one for the guys at the back.
Yeah, that is a very good sprint quality. My biggest surprise was Roshan Robot. I know I've been commentating this division a few weeks, but I remember last week Roshan qualified last. So from last to third in a week, I know he said he had some wheel problems last week, but he's done very well in that McLaren. Yeah, overall, with our championship leader in Division 3 Plugger. P8, that's not ideal, but I'm sure he'd bounce back. So with Angus in P6. So yeah, we've got Bolts, Whiff, Roshan, Squash Josh, Dito, Angus, Joyful, Plugger, Mash something, and it was, hang on, I'll get it. We have Plugger P8, Cash Mash P9, and Shifty Flight P10.
Well,
I'm
going to give you a little.
I'm seeing what you're seeing, SJ.
Yeah, I know you are indeed, and I don't know what is going on with my computer tonight, but it's frozen. Oh, there we go. We're back. Don't know what's going on tonight. Okay, we've got a bit of a drama. So, guys, just to let you know, Velocity Echo's pedal has broken, so he cannot move. So, just be careful when you go around a Velocity Echo. He will go into the pits and unfortunately retire. That is so unfortunate for Velocity Echo and the Aston tonight because it looked like a very, very good time. But yeah, unfortunate for him. His pedal has broken, Vettel, so he will hopefully get out of the way and let everyone through.
Yeah, a lot of people are struggling with hardware issues. That's just the game, you know. You got to buy the game, which is $100, then you got to get your wheel, your bass, your pedals, you got everything. And if one thing messes up, it's game over. You got to spend a lot of money to fix it. So it's an expensive hobby, but he's just left the session. Oh no!
Session as well. That's 10 times worse.
That might not be.
Yeah, his AI will
lucky it's just the sprint, but still.
Get him in.
Even in the wet, that's going to be difficult. No, the wet. Singapore is hard enough. In the wet, it's even harder, and with an AI car right in front of you, that's even worse.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about pedals, feel free, guys, if you want to get on pedals, jump in the chat and use the link and the code. Over to you, Vettel, for the start of the sprint.
Alright, it is lights out, and away we go. Boltzero gets a great start. They are all on the intermediate tyres, so it's not too bad. I'm going to the back now. Oh, Kyotonic goes around the outside of Hennessy, but going into turn 1. There's a bit of a bank up with the V-Cub of PST Sebi. He did have a little spin, but it's group by group. Everyone is next to each other. 10-second penalty for Roshan Robot. This is chaos. Oh, the Ferrari of JK Mash has spun around. Oh, that's not good. Oh no.
Drama in the sprint.
No. And he's blocking Sebi. Oh no. That is not good one bit.
Sebi's AI. That's going to be AI. Because he's not moving. I don't know what's going on there if he's moving.
Yeah, if you check his gears, you could probably check. Yeah, it is AI.
I don't know.
If you check his gears, it's very AI movement.
Oh, okay. He's actually underfueled as well.
But anyway. Back to the front, we will go on board with Shifty Flight, who is in the sandwich of the two houses. They're all very close together, but actually they're on full wets, if I looked at that correctly. Yeah, a few drivers are on the full wets of Salt, Sammy, Jizzle, Joyful, Jokev, and PST Sebi. So maybe the full wets is the play. We don't know if it's going to rain the whole time. But looking at those clouds up there, it does look like PST Sebi has left the session. So I'm going to go get him back in.
Oh, Russian's lost it to the wall, and he goes sideways. Josh up into P3, Dito in a P2, Bolts in a P1. There's drama happening at the moment. I'm just keeping a tabs on the chat just to see what's going on at the moment. Everyone seems to be free. Everyone is in the same, DRS sort of. There's a bit of a gap there from Angus to Russian. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that at the moment while Vettel tries to get Sebi in. We'll try another 2 times, and if unfortunately not, that is done and dusted for the sprint. We'll have to see how he goes into the feature, and it's the same again. Then it'll be done and dusted as that as well. But at the moment, Bottas is leading this sprint race. Then down to Dido, then down to Squash Josh, Russian robot with that 10-second massive pen there. We'll have to see if that will get removed. I don't know if there was yellow flags, but we'll have to wait and see. Then we've got Angus, then we've got Kaio. Salt for my chips, and if you fancy some chips, and we've got Shifty Flight going for the move on Salt. Does he get the move? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. It's still going side by side into Sector 2, and Shifty Flight goes for the switch. Still going to go side by side in the wet, ladies and gentlemen. In the wet. It is Inters versus Wets, and it's still going, and Salt stays in P7, Shifty in P8. They are your point scorers at the moment. Sammy Summers in P9. He has then got Chisel, Hennessy, and Joyful behind, with Plugger, with Matif, Terrence, J Cash, Mash, BSD Sebi, Trio Kevin, obviously Velocity Echoes, Pedals broke, and he has DNF to get out of the way. So good job there for Velocity, and I'll have to do the same in the feature and the quali. But so far, so good. Squash Josh loves the rain, is a rain merchant, so we could have a good start here. Josh goes around the outside, tries to get the job done, doesn't get the move done. Dino keeps that position, defends it very, very well there, keeps in that P2. Lap 2 out of 11, but these conditions are absolutely treacherous, Vettel.
Yeah, they're not great. I'm not seeing Wonches online. He's not responding to my message, so I'll just wait for a respond. But in the meantime, yep, it is chaos out here. I honestly think if we're seeing off pace, the Inters do seem quicker, but I don't know, give it a few laps, maybe the wets are quicker. We don't know how long this rain will be, and we don't know how heavy it will be. Again, the Shifty Flight and Salt are going to go side by side.
Get one, Jim. I've got.
I think.
Oh no, he's on page 5. Come on. Oh, it's not working. I'll try again. Hang on. Let me see if I can get one Jim very quickly.
I got him.
You sure?
Yeah. Okay. He's not online for me.
No, I know online.
I know.
I've got offline.
Oh, okay.
Exactly where he is. There he is. And done. Okay, well, there we go. 3 laps out of 11 at the moment. Just trying to get a few of these guys in. We've lost 2, so if we lose 1 more, we could be looking at a restart. We'll have to wait and see. It's because people can't see the track limits. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it is. It is very difficult to see in these conditions at the moment. What's your thoughts at the moment, Vettel, with these conditions, wet and inters? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the wets and the rest of the pack on the inters. Do you believe the wets are the way forward, or is this an intermediate race?
Oh, inters. F1, EA, Codemasters, they have bugged the full wets. They are exactly the same as the inters. If anything, inters have more grip, believe it or not. It's a little thing like that where you just don't notice until you get into the computer science and all that. But yeah, the inters are definitely quicker, and Codemasters, hopefully F124, F125 is better. Not that this game was bad, but it's definitely had its lows.
Yes, it does. Salt for chips with a pen on those wet at the moment. Sammy the Slammer 5.2 seconds behind his teammate, and having a nice little battle there with Plugger. Joyful is out of this race. He has retired in the pit. He's called it. Very unfortunate there for Joyful. We'll have to wait and see what he does in the feature. So we are down to 17 drivers. We'll have to wait and see how we go at the moment. Those guys are not going to get points. They are only down to P8. Nice little battle going on here between Angus and Kyotonic. But we'll have to wait and see. Rise, mate. Yo, mate. What are you saying? How you going? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Do apologise earlier on with the problems and glitches. Let's hopefully get some more people in and tune into tonight's last race of the week at Division 3. At the moment, Boltaru is leading with Dido in P2 and Squash Josh followed very closely in P3. Russian at 2.8 seconds down the road on those intermediates, but with that 10-second penalty. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. There we go. 23 people tuning in. Good to see up the viewership. Guys, if you are tuning in with us, we have a wet sprint race. Not wet, but it is intermediates. I don't think this is wet at all. I don't think it's damp enough. So I think these wets are going to struggle.
Yeah, as we're seeing a battle for the podium right now with Squash, Josh Dito, and Boltsavu. So yeah, Whiff has fallen off a lot. He was P1 or P2, now he's 11th. So definitely some chaos over there. But yeah, P1, P2, P3, Squash Josh is the car behind the battle. Can Dito actually get the overtake here? Because here's one of the best spots to overtake. It's either here or on the back straight. He seems to be burning at 38, but Bolter is even burning more. Jay Cashmash has got the fast lap with a 143.554. So believe it or not, Dito, even with 45% battery, has the most out of the three.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good little battle at the moment, and it's actually a battle that three drivers that we've not really seen up there. So interesting to see at the moment, which is really good to see. But yeah, everyone else, who we normally see at the top there is not there. Plugger down there in P9 at the points at the moment. We'll get into the points due to Salt for Chips's pen. And then you've also got Withmateeth down behind him as well. So they've not had the best of starts. We'll have to wait and see what happens later on. But Dito trying to go for the move on Bolter. Is he going to go for the move? He's got 6 laps more to do it, but he's got Josh right behind him. We'll have to wait and see how we go at the moment. And I think we're going to jump on board and on board. I'm going to let you, Jay, take it away because I need to go and get a glass of water. Otherwise, I'm going to be cooked for this race. Need the old H2O. So I'm going to jump on board and on board. I'll let you take it off.
Okay. Assuming we're on the battle for the podium. Podium fighters. So we've got Josh with 2 tenths behind him. He's the fastest lap of the race with a 142.540. Coming down to turn 3 now. We are on the straight. Squash Josh is actually having some moments out of turn 3 and coming to turn 4 now. Plugger with the fastest lap now. So yeah, the main battles between Dito and Bolter. They are the closest out of the two. Yes, chat. Yes. So yeah, Bolter leading this pack, 2 tenths ahead. Hang on, I'm not seeing much. There's. Okay, so yep. Dito is sitting behind with 70% battery. He has enough for the rest of the lap. Maybe getting the overtake done. He has enough for it. Bolter with 40%, Squash Josh with 55, and Dito with 65. As we're coming down to the hard braking left-hander, this one is very it troubles a lot of drivers, especially in the wet, especially in Singapore. It's not the greatest of all races. So here we go. Dito might get the overtake done on Bolter. I think he'd get it into the turn 4 straight. He is pretty close to it, but he actually lost some time into the braking zone right there. So as we come to the last turns of lap 6 of the sprint race, there's not much battling going down to the last few drivers. But yeah, as we go to the turn 1, they're all in a straight line. It's very hard to overtake, but if you get the move done, you've probably just kept that position and staying there.
Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So we've still got Bolter and Dito and Squash Josh joint to the hip. As Dito's going to make the move on Bolter on lap 7 and 11. Oh, he gets a little bit wide there. Squash Josh is trying to get involved in that as well. Dito and Bolter are going to go at it. Bolter still side by side. A little bit of a tap there. Nice to see. Dito gets the move, is on the better line. Bolter is going to be able to hold it. They're still going to go side by side. Here we go. Dito gets the job done. Oh, does he? Yes, he does. Up in a P1. Great job by there from Dito in the Williams. Good racing there from Bolter as well. And Squash Josh. Squash Josh will be a little bit annoyed. He'll definitely want to see... try and get a move there because he knows that he's got the pace. He's staying with them, but is he going to run out? That's going to be the question. Russian Robots, well, he's 2.3 down the road, but he does have that penalty though, Vettel. So that's going to hurt him massively in this race, and he's going to drop, 2, 4, 6, probably down to P7. He may jump in within the points, so Shifty Flight will probably gain a spot as well. So McLaren looking in very good position in the sprint for points at the moment, and so are Mercedes as well, and so are Williams. It looks like Riff Matif might miss out.
Yeah, so with being P9, he first or second. That's not good. Qualifying first or second, I don't know. I knew it was Kicksauber 1 too, but yeah. Fall off is crazy. Plugger P8 just getting into the points. He's having a snap out of turn. The last one. So yeah, 5.5 seconds to gain to get P7. So I doubt he's going to get that in 3 laps. Dito has almost got a 1 second gap.
Yeah,
But in the wet, that can just change instantly. Squash Josh has got the move on Bolt, so it's a one. It's first for Dito, second for Squash Josh, and third for Boltzeroo. That's changed completely in the past few laps. Roshan's only a second and a half behind. It's not too bad, even though he has got a 10-second penalty. From what I understand, it might be removed. I don't know what happened. So yep, Dito would be continuously pushing. He has got the least amount of battery out of the 3 with 46%, but also Squash Josh got 46%. Sammy the Slammer with a 3-second penalty. But yeah, do you want to take us away?
Yeah, it's been a great race for Dito so far. 8.5 tenths out in front in the wet, no DRS enabled at all. So he's in a really good battle. But can he fend off Josh? That'll be the question in that P2 position. Boltzeroo looks like he may have just said, right, stuff this. I'm going to cement P3. We'll have to wait and see. But Roshan is getting closer to Boltzeroo, but does have that penalty, so we'll have to wait and see. 30 people tuning in, thank you very much. Let's pick it up to 10, let's pick it up to 20. Let's get to the big 5-0 tonight. Is the last race of the week. Vettel, you're on the mods tonight, I see, in the chat.
I am.
Oh, Bunry, whoever that is. Welcome to the chat. I just saw him join. At the moment, though, Boltzeroo is 1.2 behind. Plugger is 4 seconds in front of Width, so he has definitely cemented that P8 position. The question is Roshan going to be able to stay in the points in that McLaren at the moment with that 10-second penalty hanging over his head, or will that be removed? That'll be the question. Question also will be, will Squash Josh try and make the move on Dito? They've got pretty good ERS between them. Dito a little bit less than Squash Josh. Squash Josh trying to save that. Boltzeroo in that 56 mark, so he's got good ERS, but he's falling back. You can see it's 1.5 now. And Sebi has decided to join on lap 9. Lovely to see, mate. Going a little bit further down, Kyotonic doing the biz. He will take that P4 away from Roshan and migrating host. What has happened there?
You have just disconnected.
I have disconnected.
Okay.
Okay.
It said you left the session.
Okay, if I can get
I'll chuck you another invite.
Thank you very much.
You sure can.
God, this is
going
like a plan for me tonight. I can't join yet. All right, let you take it away, Vettel. You'll have to take it away. Well, you can't because you can't because I've got the screen, so we're watching the screen at the moment.
Yep.
I need another one, mate.
No worries. So we've got Dito leading by 7 tenths. Then we've got Squash Josh in the second. Dito and Squash Josh are getting fastest lap after fastest lap. So definitely the track is drying up and it's getting clearer, getting faster. So the full wets will probably be regretting it. We've got Bolts, who has actually lost some time. He's 2 seconds behind Squash Josh and Dito now. So he's lost some time compared to laps ago. They're sliding all around track now, so it's getting drier. And actually, we saw Josh almost spin it into a wall, but he recovered it very well. So the game on for P1. I don't think they're going to be die-hard battling because at the end of the day, it's only a few points between first and second. I think it's like 1 point, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to join. I can't join.
Do you need another invite?
Oh, quite a lot. Here we go. Hang on. I just joined off yours. I don't know what's going on tonight. Connection's a little bit shite. There we go. I'm in. We apologise, guys. We've just lost the stream. Don't know what's happening tonight. Connection's good. No, that's going on, but just keeps seeming to kick me out. Hopefully we get the end. Let's have a look.
Yeah. We've
there
just
we go.
seen
There we go.
Sammy retire in the pits. So overall, not too bad of a sprint so far. We are heading into the last lap in few turns. For sure, I honestly think Squash Josh should just handle the P2. I don't think he would get too aggressive for P1. He is a second and a half down now, so it's a bit harder as we're seeing yellow flags because Sebi pitted, and so did Sammy the Slammer. So it's curious to see what will happen with the two.
Oh, Josh has lost it on the back end there, and he's lost even more time. Dido looks like he's going to run away with this now. 1.6 out in front. Josh 1.6 out in front. And then you got Boltsu 3.1, so he's lost serious time, and it's really starting to dry up now. So it dried up right near the end. Gaiotonic. Oh, someone's gone off at the end there. Is that Salt for Chips? That's Sammy the Slammer. Sammy the Slammer's gone straight into the wall and DNF'd, unfortunately. So that's a shame. Or was that earlier
Nah,
on?
he DNF'd in the pits in his car when your car retires in the pits, it goes onto the track and finds the closest place to retire.
I thought he retired on the track there. Dido looks like he's got this in the bag. 2.2 seconds out in front on those 10 laps of intermediates at the moment. Russian Robot trying to get the move done. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. If he does get that penalty removed, that will be looked at by the race director. Is he going to go for a move and try and take the P3 from Boltsaru? Here we go. Russian Robot. He does have the pin. Is he going to go for the move? 33% against Boltz's 22. Who is the better on the wets? Russian goes for the move on the right-hand side. Is he going to get the job done? Going down the main straight here in Sector 3, and he takes... No, yes he does. Takes P3. Boltz is going to come back. Dino's going to cross the line and take the win in the sprint. Great job from Dido. Great job from Squash Josh. Boltsaru gets it back, and Russian Robot loses it. Unfortunately, that is such a shame. So Russian did get the job done and then loses it across the line to Boltz. Bit of drama there for the McLaren driver of Russian Robot. And he does drop all the way down. Does he drop into the points though? I think Whiff is too far back. Yes, he is. And Russian is into the points. Good racing there though, Vettel.
Yep, that was great racing. We saw Dido take the win, which was very deserved. He kept the pace up. He did an overtake on Boltz and Squash Josh in the last 5 or so laps. He did very well. Squash Josh taking the P2, Boltz taking the P3. That was very good pace from them. We did see the unlucky Roshan. I don't know what happened with the penalty because he got it on lap 1. And then because it was a 10-second, you serve it, it became another 10-second. So... there could be some confusion there, could be removed, depends what it was, I don't overly know. But overall, not too bad of a sprint, and looking forward to qualifying, we haven't got heard that it's dry or wet yet.
No, we have no idea. I'm just going to get rid of this, I'm going to get rid of... No, I'm going to keep that, we told that. Alright, there we go, right. So... ladies and gentlemen, if you've tuned in, they are your results. That is your weekend so far in the sprint. We'll jump straight over to the result tab. Here we go. Dido taking pole position. Squash Josh in P2. Boltzer in P3. Gaiotonic in P4. Angus in P5. Finishing above his teammate tonight. Great job from Angus. Shifty Flight in P6. Plug in P7. Russian taking the last points of the night in that P8. And then everyone all the way down from Whiff, Jake Smash, Hennessy Tarrant, Salt for Chips, Trio Kev, Chisel, Sebi, Sammy Slammer, and unfortunately the 2 DNFs with Joyful and Velocity Echo, who unfortunately had to retire because he's broke his pedals. So yeah, a really, really good start for the sprint, and it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to see in the feature.
Yep, looking forward to it, as I've just got word it's dry, and we can see it is dry. So yeah. So yeah, we saw Dido take P1, very good. Hopefully he keeps that momentum up for the main race where there is a lot more points up for grabs.
Yeah, that's where it matters. That is where it matters, Vettel. And we'll might put a little bit of a prediction in a second. Here we think it's going to be pole position. We'll have a look. And we'll say teams. We'll say teams. We'll mix it up tonight. Who will get pole? Well, what's this? No. question. It's still got predictions from last night. Did Edge get onto the podium?
Did he? I don't think he did.
Hang on, chat. Just bear with us a second. I just need to double check on
Well-
provisionals. Did Edge get onto the podium in the feature? No. P4. No. Okay, so I can remove that and give everyone the points. There we go, because that's a prediction that hasn't been paid out yet. So do apologise, guys. There we go. And we will do... Yes. I'll select all of them, and they're all completed, and we'll start a new prediction. Right. Who will take pole? Oh, hang on. What team will take pole? Okay, give me 10 teams. Let's go. Ferrari, Merc, Williams, Haas, Alpine, Kick, Red Bull. Who are we missing? Aston. Who are we missing? Ferrari, Merc, Williams,
maybe?
Haas. Yes, good man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I always forget those two.
No, there's one more. There's always a team missing, isn't there?
McLaren?
Yeah, how did I forget that? That is not good. Don't tell. Don't tell Thunderbolts.
Oh, don't worry. Your secret's safe.
Yeah, there we go. Right, we've got 15 minutes. We'll put 10 minutes on it. Who's going to take poll? What team will take poll? Ladies and gentlemen, feel free to get your votes in, get amongst it. And I just want to say a big shout out to everyone on the track selections this season. Calendar has been finalised. You will not know anything until awards night now. So, yeah, it's going to keep you at arm's length for quite some time. Vettel, who's taking pole here in the dry?
Are we talking teams or driver?
Team.
Kick Sauber. And
Pretty-
I say that
pretty confident.
because
Pretty confident.
I'm very confident with it. They got pole in the sprint today. They got pole in Texas last week. I don't know about the week before it because I didn't commentate that race. But Kick Saubers are very strong in quali. That's their plus side, and if they can take that pace into a race, they're unstoppable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right. Well, first of all, is Wange in? Just let me know if Jizzle is in the lobby. As we saw early on, Sebi is out at the moment, so it looks like he is in. He is in because he wouldn't be doing a lap. Salt for Chips does a 127.367 to start it off, and it looks like we have. Who is that coming around the corner? It is Sibby, P2 at the moment, and has invalidated and going into the pits. Who's the next driver coming around the corner? That is Joyful on mediums, but saying softs. What is going on? Okay, all right. No, that's best. There we go. That's why. Oh, I was on the wrong info. There we go. Joyful on those medium compound tyres. What's it going to be? Soft for Chips on the slot at the moment with a 127.367. Joyful coming around in the Alpine. Getting very wide there. Into P2 with 127.538. Pretty impressive for the mediums. J-Cash Smash 28.2 on the mediums. So Joyful serious pace there. Trio Kev coming in with a soft 27.7. Who else is coming around the corner at the moment? We'll have to wait and see. As we've got Hennessy, a double Ferrari in P5 and P6. Kyotonic now into P3. These laps are coming in. Who is the next one? It looks like it is Dido on that lap. So over to you.
Joyful's just crashed.
Oh, has it?
Joyful just had a massive snap into the straight. I got that on board. He has smashed his front wing and everything. I am insanely surprised his wheel did not throw off. His front right wheel would be in pain so much right now. It'd be in a lot of pain. But wow, I cannot believe I was just scrolling through the onboard drivers, and all of a sudden I just see Joyful spinning. But anyway, on that note, who is on a lap? Squash Josh is on a lap. He's just started. So he's on the DRS straight now. Where Joyful crashed, but right here, lucky there's no debris on the track. But he's got purple sector 1. He's doing very well. Getting hard onto the curb on the right side. Now curb on the right side as well again. Soval done good 2 turns so far. Gear 4 hitting the curb, getting close to the wall, but not too close. Otherwise, there's a lot of bumps and little shrubs over there. Into the chicane now. Hard braking. He is looking good on the ERS. Hard braking left-hander now. A lot of drivers worst enemy. That's how I DNF'd in the sprint last season. I hit that curb and we don't talk about it. But going on to the back straight now. Here's where you mainly burn most of your ERS. Chicane, last few turns are pretty tricky, especially the last one. You can do a Lance Stroll and not end well, but he's doing very well. Gear 3 coming onto the runoff area, he did well. Last 2 turns now. Staying in Gear 5, opens DRS and gets P2 with a 1:27.057. So very good so far from the Red Bull of Squash Josh.
Yeah, great job. Absolutely fantastic job there. Just going to jump on board someone else for flyer, if we've got anyone available. Let's have a look. Got plenty of options. So let's out the chat. Let's let the comments or people in the chat decide. Who do we jump on board with an outlet? We've got Salt, we've got Angus, Botsaroo, Shifty Flight, or Russian. So give us a name and we'll jump on board with them for a flying lap, free of charge. We've got someone coming into the comms box now. Hang on, we're gonna just... Kyo is in the chat for some reason, I don't know why, but I'll wait for him to DM in the chat to see what's going on. But yeah, give us a bit of an idea on who we jump on board with for a flying lap. If not, I will push this over to you, Vettel. It doesn't look like no one's going to make a decision. So what do you think?
Let's go Bolts.
We'll go Bolts.
He's about to start it now.
Okay.
And oh no, that's the other kick Sauber that's about to start it. He's going to the pits, but so we've gone to the pits, but the other kick Sauber is on the back straight. He has got a Haas of Salt for my chips behind him, so Salt might actually be getting towed. I doubt it. They're reasonable distance apart, but SJ, take us away.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to see any toads at the moment. Botsaroo coming down the main straight, really using a lot of that track, trying to get as much traction as he can and grip and overspeed there very nicely at the moment. Hasn't done a lap, ladies and gentlemen, so just wait and see what happens. But we have seen Kick do this before. They do a lap, they invalidate, or they get it wrong, they go again, and then they put it top bins, as you say in football, in the top corner. They put it up the top into P1, 2, or 3, and prediction is giving them way very heavily on taking pole position as the team tonight. But at the moment, coming into Sector 2 now, very nicely getting onto the curves, a lot different compared to the wet. The guys aren't as cautious, they know what they're doing. Jizzle has left the session again. If you can get him in another invite, this will be the last hurrah for him, as this is now the second one, so last one. If not, then it's game over. Just let him know in the comments if he can't take control, then obviously he'll be rewarded a point. But if he's having connection issues, then yeah, unfortunately it'll be a DSQ. But here we go. Botsaroo, purple, as he hasn't set any times at the moment. Will he beat a 1:26.8? That is the time to beat with Whipple Teeth. That is impressive, by the way. Sorry, 26.8, not 6. 27.057 is P2 and Plugger at 27.098, so a lot better in the dry than he is the wet. Botsaroo getting very welly there on the right-hand side. Takes Plugger down to P4 and into P3, and we've got a double kick at the top.
Yep, so J-Man's and my channel points, even though I've only got a couple, maybe 2,000, I think I have. I betted it all today. We're in a night race. Vegas is a night race, so we're betting it all. As you know, they're similar in some ways. But anyway, we have got a lot of drivers on a lap. We've got Angus finishing up. Oh no, he is starting one now. So we'll go on board with Angus. I think he'd be on old softs. He's doing another lap on the same tyres, coming through the first turns. He did very well. It's very smooth through them, easy on the curbs. Now this is my worst turn, I think. I took it in too quickly when I was practicing and slammed it into the wall and broke many front wings, but he did it very well. Burning a lot of battery on the first straight, which is different. I haven't seen that before. Easy on the curbs here, another right-hander. This is, I find, a very weird turn. It's just very uneasy on the car. These turns are also uneasy. Take it wrong, you're in the wall. As we see the skyscrapers in the distance. It's a beautiful city of Marina Bay it is. But here we go through the hard braking left-hander. Takes it in very smooth, very close to the wall, but not too close. DRS is open. There is an Alpine in front of him, but I think he'd just let him through. Easy on. Yep, half your car should be off track there. He's on 51% battery. I think he has enough. He might be pitting. He might be saying, you know what, that's enough. That's quick enough. Quickly go in the pits, chuck on a new set. He does. I predicted it.
You did?
Yep. You're quick enough, chuck it on a new set. Because you're risking a lot of time if you're doing another lap.
Yeah, I do agree. I think one thing I haven't seen tonight is no toes. Are we looking likely not to see a toe? We've seen the two Ferraris pretty close. Hennessy's on the lap, J Cash Mash is on the lap, but they're not that close. You know, it's too far back. Hennessy's, he's way too far back from his teammate at the moment. So, no toes tonight. How do you feel about that?
It's Singapore. Then there shouldn't be any toes. I don't believe so. There could be 100%, but I don't personally think it's the right track. If, for example, we were in Baku or Vegas or a track that has a long straight, 110% agree. Towing is the only way to get pole position. But here, it's more turns and it's very high wings, so toes are not the best of things you can do to get pole.
Agreed, but still early days. Still early days, you've got to say. Still early days with how long it's got to go. So we'll have to wait and see what happens at the moment. But looking very interesting. We've got 4 minutes to go, and we've got Kyotonic on an outlap. We've got a few people coming around. We've got Terence coming into the pits. Looks like we've got a Williams of Dido coming around the corner, and he's going into the pits. So seeing, obviously there's Sebi, Dido, Jizzle, Echo, and Roshan still not set any times, and I don't think we're going to see Echo, unfortunately, set a time due to that brake pedal issue. And Jizzle is in the game now because he's come out, so that's good to see. So hopefully he doesn't lose connection. Dido's having screen freezes. A lot of problems tonight with these guys. Pedals, issues, connections. Someone needs the toilet. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of issues tonight as Plugger goes up in. No, sorry, J Cash Mash up into P3. A very impressive time there. Only a 10th off Plugger, and Plugger is only a 10th off Width. So we could have a nice little battle on our hands. But Dido, fantastic in the sprint. Not doing the best in the feature at the moment, but still has plenty of time. He's still going with Kick for the podium.
Yes and no. Yes, I am going for Kick, but I don't know. Plugger, Ferraris, Red Bulls, they look quick, man. I will fix myself on what I just said. Last week was Plugger. I messed that up last week as well when we were doing podium interviews. Keep forgetting he got pole in Texas, but maybe he can do it again. Who knows? But overall, the Kick Saubers as a team, they're the quickest on track today.
He definitely saying that. It was a very, very good performance there from J Cash Mash down there in P3 at the moment, and he is out again. I don't know if he's got enough fuel to set a lap. We'll have to wait and see. He is cutting it very, very fine Oh, he's cutting it fine. He's cutting it very, very fine to get. Oh, I thought he was going to miss the pits then. As some people do miss the pits in Singapore. He's cutting it very, very fine to get out again. His teammate's gone out, I think. That was Hennessy. Yes, it is. So hopefully he can get back in. He's got 1:27. He's got 2 minutes on the clock. He could be in trouble here, J Cash. Mash, this could be it for him. And that's not what you want because everyone is now starting to come out with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Well, it's pretty big train from occasionally where Plugger is and the house of Sammy is. Not really big train, sorry, but they're very close to each other. So hopefully they all back off, which it seems they're doing now, which is good that everyone's got a few seconds in between each other because toes aren't important. It's more if you're trying to get a toe, you're probably going to get blocked, and it's not their fault because they're just doing their lap.
Indeed.
But yeah. So
oh,
looking
Jizzle!
forward to this.
6944. Is he going to do the same as what he did in Coda and take the win away from Plugger? This is going to be interesting. He was phenomenal in and he's left the second. He sets a time and then he leaves. Like seriously. Oh no. Hopefully you can get him back in, Battle. If you can't, then let me know. And I'll do it. But like, he goes and does that, and then he goes and leaves the session. Like, seriously. So unfortunate there. Anyway, 3 guys, still to set times. Dido is the first one up. Let's have a look. See if we're going to see any improvement here. He was very, very good in the wet. Him and his teammate at the moment, P14 and P17, you do not want to be in that position here at Singapore Vettel. We know that for a fact. They are really going to have to get a motor on. And try and get up through the pack at the moment because Dido down there in P17 and Kyatonic down there in P14. Not good. Same with Trio Kevin Terrence.
Yeah, as we're seeing the 2 McLarens, they are pretty close to each other. They're not towing distance, but if Shifty Flight can pick up the pace and get insanely quick few Sector 1 and Sector 2, they might be very close into the final back straight, which actually that would be ideal is to get the toe on the back straight, but you're going to have to time it insanely well and hopefully not impede each other.
Yep, indeed. We're on board with Chio Kev at the moment as he is going to be the last one to cross the line with the finishing flags. Where's he going to be? He was in 13th, he's in 14th. We've got the Alpine in... looks like Joyful up into P4. We've now got Terrence, the second Alpine, down there in P16. Is he going to have an improvement here? Let's have a look. 26 goes up to P10. We've got the Haas of Salt for Chips up into P3. Great job from Salt for Chips there. And who else have we got? It looks like we've got... Oh, Dino up into P2. Great. Squash Josh taking pole position. And what about Bolt Saru? What's he going to do? Whiff has gone pole now. Who else has got an opportunity to? I'm looking on board. Sammy Slammer up in a P10. We've got the McLaren of Plugger into P2. We've got Angus now. What's he going to do? He is in the last corner, coming around the final corner. We've got the 2 McLarens as well. Keep an eye on them because they could have that toe. As Angus into P4, the 2 McLarens of Russian Robot into P5. Shifty Flight. P16, not the best there. Bolsaru, P2! Wow, look at that. You've seen it now. Kyatonic, what's he going to do? Nothing, unfortunately. Only P14. Wow. There you have it. Kick Sauber, P1 and P2 in Singapore. Plugger P3. Different, completely different to what we saw in the sprint battle.
Exactly, and wow, Kick Sauber 1-2. That is insanely well for them, and I'm looking forward to my channel points.
Yeah, there you go, 21,000. Don't spend it all.
I didn't get much. I only got 2.5k.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, no well. I only spent 2,000. Yeah, I'm broke now. Oh, well, I have to save it for next season. Yeah, here we have it. Whiff taking pole position by a tenth and a half. So we got Whiff, Bolts, Plugger, Squash Josh, Angus, Roshan, Dino, Chisel, Salt, and Joyful taking out the top 10. For the other positions is Cash Mash, Sammy the Slammer, Hennessy, Kaio, Terrence, Sebi, Shifty Flight, Trio Kev, Velocity, and Velocity Echo rounding it out for qualifying. So overall, very good. There's only a second between first and 16th.
Yeah, phenomenal.
So that is
everyone in the 26.
very close.
Everyone in the 26 is something that we wish Vettel as drivers in Division 5. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you've tuned in, you are ready for a last hurrah here for the week at Singapore Sprint Weekend, round number 14. After this, we then head over to Monza for Division 1 on Saturday night, and then back at Brazil on Sunday for Division 4, and then Division 2 follows straight after for another sprint weekend. So, yeah, plenty of action to go, but we're on board tonight at Singapore. And I will take us away very shortly when we get underway. Do apologise on a few issues with the stream tonight when we lost it earlier on. We're back, we've got everyone, so all good. Hopefully Velocity Echo does retire straight away. Doesn't cause a problem. If he's tuning in or listening, then feel free. If not, then I'm sure Vettel will just flick him a message. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go at Singapore. Round number 14. And everyone on mediums with Medivh and Boltaru leading it to the first corner, and they lead it very well, nearly actually colliding with each other there. Plugger a little bit off the pace. Jizzle's gone. Jizzles has retired. Jizzle is out of this race. We've lost one, and we're probably going to lose the other one very, very soon. Velocity Echo, but Boltaru with Medivh and Plugger. Then it's Angus. Then it's Squash Josh. Then it's Russian. Then it's Dido, and we've got moves happening left, right, and centre already. We've got the two Mercedes making decisions what they want to do. Plugger going around the outside. Sorry, Angus then trying to defend against Squash Josh. Squash Josh goes around the outside, gets the move done, and Russian is flying very, very closely. No 10-second time penalty this time. So we've got a massive opportunity. And we saw on the inters, it was extremely quick. So we'll have to wait and see. He's now being attacked by Dido, as Dido just stays in the formation. Angus then stays into P5, Squash Josh into P4. We've then got Dido. We've then got Sup for Chips, Joyful, J Cash Mash, Hennessy, Shifty Flight, Semi Slammer, actually just been overtaken by Sebi, then Kaio, then Terrence, then Churkev, and Velocity Echo is, I don't know if he's driving, please let me know. We've lost a little bit of the front plate there by someone, and that looks like it is... Who is that? Who's lost the front right plate? I reckon it's Avisa. 10 grand is Avisa.
Yes, Velocity Echo is driving.
He is driving? Oh, okay,
He is.
awesome. So he must have fixed that brake. Awesome, good to hear. Okay, right, well, here we go. We're back onto the front, and who has dropped that plate? Who has lost that plate? I'm just trying to see. Is it...
Actually, I'm doubting myself now. His gearing's very AI movement.
Oh, it is. It's Churkev. Churkev has lost that front plate there. Back up to the front. Flick him a message in Div 3. P14. I'm losing a plate. Thank you very much, Mars. I appreciate that, mate. Lap 2 out of 31. We are on board. 2 seconds already, Vettel, between Squash Josh and Plugger. Not the best of starts for the Red Bull. He's really going to have to get a move on here to catch Plugger. He will be able to probably bring that in, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, a bit of a gap there already from P4 to P3.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know Plugger. He'd just be working at the kick salvers. He'll build that gap along Singapore. You don't win the race on lap 1 or lap 2. You don't win the race till the last turn of lap 31. You don't get aggressive till the last turn on lap 31. But overall, I think there'll be a safety car not anytime soon. So shouldn't be too long without it. But I mean, who knows? Could be a very clean race. So far, it's been pretty clean. I didn't see too many massive crashes on lap 1. That's where they're prone to crash. But yeah, is everyone starting on the mediums? Everyone is except for Terrence, who is on the hards, but he is at the back, so that's understandable. Coming into turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 now for most of the drivers. I am on board with Roshan. Kyotonic gets a 3-second time penalty. That'd be from track limits, as Drizzle has left the session. I think it's not disconnection this time, I hope. I think it's more calling it a night and
Try one more,
going
and
to
if
bed.
not, that's it, because he's left too.
He's retired anyway.
He's retired. Oh, completely. Oh, okay. All right. So that is
Yep.
him done and dusted. That's unfortunate because he's done such a good time. Yeah, just connection issues with some of these guys. Don't know about the connections there, but Squash Josh, as we did say, it was 2.5 seconds. It's now 3.5 attempts behind Russian, but he's lost out to Russian Robot now. So Russian Robot's going to be pushing, and he'll probably bring in Squash Josh Dido and the rest of that pack, because down from Russian Robot all the way down to P13 is the DRS train. So interesting to see there. At the front, we've got Plugger, and he is basically having a fight with 2 kicks, and they're not going to make this easy. What do you do in a kick situation here? Do you hold him up? Do you put it on none in some of the corners? No? What do you do? It's only lap 3.
Just keep driving. Exactly. Only lap 3. So you just keep driving. If, say, Whiff Motif starts getting insanely quick and he's breaking DRS from his own teammate, maybe Whiff will lift a bit to give Bolts the DRS, because you don't want Plugger to get the P2. That's the last thing you need, because that's just breaking your whole train, and that might let everyone else come back. That's the last thing you need. So you just DRS train, keep Plugger with you guys, that's fine. Just don't let him overtake. On a track like this, it's pretty hard to overtake anyway, but you just got to limit those. Maybe Bolts should go on none and Whiff on maybe medium or even hot lap sometimes. As you'd be aware, me and my teammate are very strong, as we're seeing a crash at the back, and that is Terrence and Triokev. I don't know, I think they may have locked up together and slammed into the wall. I don't see any damage on Triokev. I don't know about Terrence.
Just trying to find out if Echo is racing at the moment. Let me just double check.
This helicopter camera's amazing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
But-
okay. Now and again. Visa Cash App came together. Well, that's unfortunate. Back out the front, Botsaru. He is doing it. He is doing it. He's given a 7.5 tenth gap at the moment. Russian doesn't want to battle too much with Squash Josh. He wants to try and work with him to catch Plugger, because if they start battling, it's going to turn into a 3 seconds, and then a 4 seconds, and then they're going to struggle to try and pull that gap back. So they want. Oh, Russian has lost it! Russian has lost it. He's completely oversteered on the right-hand side. So he's come around the corner and he's turned right. And it's really unusual. That's a very unusual incident to be involved there. No one else, just his own fault there. So he's dropped down into P14. And those tyres will be cooked Vettel after that incident, that mistake he's just made.
Yeah, so what happened is he actually hit the curb on the left side, which unsettled his car. And he turned left, and he turned right, which is, I've done it many times. It's just an instinct that when your car's going one way, you got to turn the other way. But yeah, it never ends well. But it's either you go left, or you spin left, or you spin right, and you got no choice when your car's unsettled like that. Overall, he did a very great recovery, as we're seeing more yellows. Don't know what's just happened.
Yeah, J Cash there.
Cashmash. Yeah.
Looking, has he got no front left or front right plate?
No, he's got full wings.
He's got full wings, so he's had a bit of an incident there. Ooh, Sammy Slammer tries to get for the move, doesn't get the job done. Kyotonic is going to get involved in this as well. He goes around the outside of Sammy Slammer, goes for the move, gets the job done. Let's have a look. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Sammy Slammer is really pushing. Oh, he nearly pushed his Russian into the wall. That could have been curtains there. Good driving there from Russian to keep out the way. Russian has decided to go on the left-hand side, and he's pulled right in there on Kyotonic. Very good move there from Russian. Good driving there from Kyo as well. Sammy Slammer really getting his elbows out there in those last couple of corners. Lap 6 out of 31 at the moment. What's happening at the front, Vettel? Are we seeing anything different? Shifty Flight getting a pen. 1.2 seconds behind Hennessy. Not what you want, but still plenty of laps to go. Are we seeing any movement at the front between Whiff, Bolts, and Plugger?
If anything, it's getting worse. I think. I think, as I said, Plugger should just chill behind, get the DRS train. But Squash Josh and Dino need to do the same thing, and they need to do it stronger. That's the thing. And if that doesn't go ahead, they're just going to be at the same time. They're going to stay, 3 odd seconds behind them. But all it takes is a safety car, maybe a VSC at some times if the timing's wrong, and that whole gap's gone. So, and you know what's going to be worse about that? If there is a safety car, who's going to pit first, Bolts or Whiff?
Yeah. Safety car within lap 20. Predictions just gone out, guys, so feel free to get amongst it. A lot of things are happening. Within
put it
20.
all in.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
10 minutes to go.
2,858. I'll put it all in.
But if the safety car comes out before the timer ends, it gets deleted. So remember that. So be clever. Okay.
Wait.
9 minutes to go.
Safety car?
Yeah, if the safety car comes in within the time limit, it gets deleted because it doesn't count. Because you need to let the timer, expire before the vote then gets counted. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Well, now you got me thinking.
Yeah, see?
All right, I'll come back in 8 minutes, and then I'll decide.
Yeah, I know. That's what normally people do. Wait to the end. That's probably why people have got like 400,000 channel points. We're making people have seriously channel points, which is good. Slippy, unfortunately, get a 3-second time penalty. And if you've tuned in with us, lap 7 and 31, we've got Whiff Petit from Bolts and Plugger. And we were talking about earlier on with Plugger. We're just going to jump on board with Plugger at the moment. Plugger's in a good position. He's 2.7 behind. Doesn't want to battle these too much. Sebi is out. And he is retired. Yes, that's in the pits. That's unfortunate. I don't know why he's retired. He must have serious damage. We'll have to wait and see. Going back on board with Plugger. Plugger's in a good position here. Like you say, just needs to stay behind, watch what's going on, and then obviously make the move. We know from experience, from obviously your race, my race, Div 4, Div 2, extremely difficult to overtake here. But he's got a real battle on his hands because he's got 2 very quick kick Saubers. And we saw McLaren do a bit of we'll call it a masterclass strategy. Some people probably won't, but we will. It didn't get looked at by the stewards, and they felt that everything was under the rules, under the guidelines. They held back and got obviously the podium. So do you believe that Kick may do the same thing here? Boltsaroo might hold Plugger up so Whiff can get ahead and then Bolts makes the pit stop. What's your thoughts?
It all depends on safety cars. But, yeah, it might be smart. I don't know. It might be smart to just keep racing, keep going as far as you can. Because Josh is actually gaining. He's gained 5/10 in the past 2 laps. So, it might be smarter to not hold everyone up, just keep DRS training. But worse than Squash Josh gaining would be Plugger overtaking Bolts. That's the worst thing that could happen to Kick Sauber right now. If anything, because if you look at battery percentage, Whiff is on hot lap with 54, Bolts is at 90 on medium. On the DRS straight, not now, like not the pit straight DRS, but the one coming up afterwards, the long front straight, I reckon you swap drivers.
Interesting to hear.
Off battery.
Yeah, gonna go to gap
off ERS.
Yep.
Yeah.
10 seconds between Angle and Whiff at the moment. And the Mercedes in P7, his teammate in P3. Joyful in the Alpine, having a really good drive. Welcome back on the return here. We didn't go over some of the drivers, unfortunately, that were on the grid in quali. A little bit carried away due to connection issues and stuff. But Joyful in the Alpine, his first reserve drive back, so congratulations to him. We've got his teammate of Terence of the TP down there in P15 on the hard tyres. Question is he going to get an undercut? Is he going to get nose? We'll have to wait and see. as Kyotonic does get the move done on Sammy Slammer. Russian Robot has made his way up. Oh! Terrence and Kyotonic have come together, and we have a safety car, and that prediction is done and dusted, and will be rewarded back to everyone. And we have a safety car, and Terrence and Kyo have got serious damage to their cars. So they've come together, and we're on a safety car. And this is going to hurt Kick massively.
It is. How do you box? Because you got to box for hards, 110%. This is your probably your one opportunity to box. Lap 8 is the normal time to box. Anyway, I think I boxed around lap 8, lap 9 maybe, but we didn't have early safety car. But we're seeing Whiff come into the pits. Are we going to Bolt's coming into the pits too? They are going to double stack it. Because with the new rule of the 3-second delta, they can't really wait up.
No, there you go. Squash Josh is coming in. Everyone coming into the pits. As Joyful comes in, let's be very careful. The wall. You've got to be so careful. You've got to be very careful. Angus went very quickly into the pits. Remember, 60 guys, not 80. Yeah, well done. They're all onto it. Very good to see. Everyone coming into the pits.
Did get bolts.
This is a great view. Look, you've seen everyone come into the pits. And you get to see everyone coming out. Don't cross that pit line. 3 seconds. 3. No, I'm only joking. No, obviously got a few guys on the mediums, everyone on the hards. This is going to hurt maybe these guys on the mediums. Velocity Echo on the mediums there. Oh, Terrence looks like he's coming onto hards. I think we're going to have everyone on the hards, apart from Terrence. This is too early. He is going to have to go again. If he would have come in about 18, fair enough. 10 laps. Oh, this has really hurt Terrence's strategy. What do you do here? If he goes in, he's, 10 lap hards. What do? Do you push him for another 10? And then go for another safety car? And then, he's got nothing to lose. He's in P15.
It depends what tire allocation.
Well, he goes back in.
Did he?
Goes back in, goes on another set of hards, right? Pushes them for another 10 laps, right? Comes back out, does 20, goes onto the mediums, boom.
But does he have another set of hards?
Yeah, no, he did the hards he was using.
Oh. Yeah, then...
Come on!
Oh, if you do another 10 laps...
Yeah, 24!
Still,
my strategy, right? I'm gonna talk about this now because this hasn't been spoken about, right? And you know this because you were in front of me, right? My strategy, I know the softs did not work, but the hards to the mediums, I was the only guy at the top 8 was on the fresher tyres, and I was pushing two-door, and I was up your backside. So if that strategy works around that time, well done, hands down. And you know that because you were in front of me. But we had issues.
Yes, I do.
Come on, you remember.
I don't.
Yeah, come on.
All I saw was there a dent. Was there a dent on my rear wing? I didn't see it.
Yeah, rubbish, mate. You did. You saw me behind you. I was catching you.
I saw you behind me.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a there was a stain on my rear wing. Could you clean it for me?
Ian talk rubbish, mate. No, I'm being serious though. From
Yeah, I do remember you going to different tires.
I was on the quicker tire. So if that works, that lap 18. There, look at that. Look, I have literally just said pit on the hards, and what's Terrence just gone and done?
He has gone on to the hards.
I think he's gone for a harder strategy. I think he's got 2 sets of hards. He must have. Because he's just got hards, and then he's gone hards.
What I've just realised, and this is really smart.
What's that?
This is really smart what he's done. Because if he went straight on to the hards, he'd have to pit again at some point. Because you can't go hard to hard, you have to go hard, medium, or something like that. So he's actually done it really smart. He did go harder tire allocation, that's what I did. And it worked out well for me. The hards are the only tires that work here. So believe it or not, he's just got rid of his mediums, did 1 lap on the safety car, Then he said, see you to those mediums, send them over to next week, which will be Brazil. And he's just chucked on a new set of hards and said, let's do this around Singapore.
All right, I've got another one for you. I've got another prediction for you, and I'm going to touch base on what Tudor says.
Safety cars in this lap.
How many drivers will get pens? So we've got 3, 6,
Oh, just
9,
do 5 overall under.
12.
Right.
3, 6, 9, 12. 12.
What is the closest one gets it?
That's. There we go. And we'll go 10 minutes.
Is it closest one gets it? Or
No, 3, 6, 9 plus 12. There we go.
what if it's, say,
Then
8?
then it gets deleted. It's got to be on one of those numbers.
Oh.
3, 6, 9. That's how it works, mate. That's how it
Um,
works. Right, anyway, we're getting carried away with talking absolute dribble with Mitzi in P1, Plugger in P2, Bolzer in P3, and it looks like Plugger's got the jump on one of them due to the pit stop there and the double stack, but not a bad double stack there from the 2 kicks in P1 and P3. Vettel stop for chips into P6, getting a pen, or I think he already had a pen. I think Roshan getting a pen, I think.
Roshan to get a 3-second.
Being overtaken, or Hennessy overtaking. So a few overtakes happening left, right, centre. We'll go back onto intervals. We've got Boltzeroo. He's going to want to get the job done on Plugger pretty quick here. And Squash Gosh, massive opportunity to get back into this race. So can Dido, and so can Salt for Chips. And Hennessy doing a great job. This is a good situation for him. He's got Penn in front. And he is in with a good shout. Same with Russian, same with J Cash Smash. We don't know what's going to happen. Penalties can start to gear up, and these hards are going to be very, very cold, Vettel.
Yeah, it can be very cold. As we're seeing Terrence try and go around the outside of his teammate Joyful, who goes off track. Joyful has no front wing either. He has smashed it on the hard left-hander.
How much is he costing now?
Maybe this is why Alpine signed Franco Colapinto today.
Yeah, maybe. I don't understand how he's gone from last, from P9.
Good question.
He's done.
I've put 1 point on 9 drivers to get pens. 1 singular channel point.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it. Ooh, Russian and J Cash Mash going at it. Nice little battle there. And we've also got a nice little Ferrari and McLaren battle. We've got Shift and Fight behind J Cash Mash behind Russian, and Russian behind Hennessy. So a nice little McLaren and Ferrari sandwich there, which is nice to see. A bit different, bit of a different battle going on. We've got a real good job there from Russian. He goes around the outside. Oh, that will be looked at. He's forced him wide. He's going to have to give the position back there. I think he's going to have to give the position back there. Oh, that's a pen. Oh, Russian could be looking at a pen. J-Man, if you are in the chat, mate, note that. I think that's a pen. I think yeah. Oh, we've got drama going on here. Trio Kevin's round as well. Thank you, mate. Note that, please. Lap 13. Just put noted. I was on board it, so we'll look at that. I think Russian has not given, J Cash Mash the room there, or Hennessy. No, one or the other. Yeah. So he may have to give that position back within 1 lap. Let's have a look. No, he's gone too far in front. Anyway, that'll be looked at by the stewards, so we'll leave that for the time being, but it did definitely look like he didn't give enough room there. Boltzeroo still in that P3 position, and Plugger in P2, and with Natif in P1. With Natif will definitely want to be winning this race tonight. Been a bit of redemption from him. Felt like he deserved one of those races a couple of weeks back, and unfortunately got taken away by a little bit of teamwork. But massive opportunity now. 2.1. If Boltzeroo puts a little bit of pressure on Plugger and tries to get out in front, which he's going to do. No, yes he does. No. Oh, no, he doesn't get the job done. But he's battling, and this is helping his teammate. So Kick doing a stellar job to Mercedes here. And back down to the back, and Trio Kev is in. Both Visa Cash Apps. What is happening to Visa Cash App, Vettel? 2 retirements again. And Joyful.
I'm seeing another safety car.
Another safety car. And, ladies and gentlemen, we are...
What?
We're not going to see anything happen here, I don't think. I don't think we're going to see any changes. I think it's still too early. But yeah, after all that work that Boltsaru's been doing, it's now just been undone.
Yep, it's crazy. So yeah, what's happened to the V Cub? They're doing a what's it called a strike for this was Daniel Ricciardo's last race in the V Cub. They're doing a strike and they are retiring in the pits. That's what they're doing.
Well, not getting any points in Division 3 at all. There's 2 retirements, and we're 14 laps in. You know, trying to at least get to the end of the race, at least. It's just not seeming to work for them. Maybe a track they don't like, we'll have to wait and see. Russian coming into the pits. Interesting call there. I reckon we're going to see some medium compound tyres. Let's have a look. Ooh, front wing damage to the McLaren. Cryotonic in. And, ooh, front wing damage. Russian. Cryotonic. Softs. Lap 15. What are you smoking? That is mental. What? That is 15 laps in the softs in Singapore. Mate, that lasts 6 laps.
He might be going back onto the tyres he was on. Did he have a penalty he was serving?
How many times has he stopped?
Or I think he'd go on the softs and then go back in the pits.
Why? He's got a 3 second. He can't serve it.
Kaio,
Mate, get those cigars out of your mouth while you're driving, mate. Because you are smoking something if you think softs are going to go to the end of this race. Honestly. Maybe on 23, not on 24. Wow. That is, I think that might be a bit of a mistake there. We'll see what happens.
We've just passed halfway, mate. Kaio, the red tyres aren't ideal right now.
I did 5 laps on them, 6 laps on them. And I'm on full traction, so he's medium. He can probably do 8. That takes him to what? 15 at 8. What's your maths like?
I'm failing all my subjects, SJ.
I was 15 at 10. Oh my god. Oh no! Help me. Help me in the comments. This is hilarious. I'm asking...
What am I calculating?
Come on, 15 at 10. No, what? No.
15 divided by 10?
No, 15 at... what he's going to do... I reckon he'll do 8. So what's 16 at 8?
That's 1.5% more
16 at 8
per lap.
What point percentage?
What? 16 what?
16 plus 8 equals...
24.
Yeah, so he's going to do 24. No way. No, he's in. All right, we'll forget that.
He's in. Yeah, there you go. He's on medium.
I don't know.
That's still not ideal, but okay.
Interesting. And Russian's in as well. Why is Russian into the pits? I'm really confused what's going on here. We've seen Kaya in. We've seen Russian in. I'm confused. I'm confused what's going on, and I think everyone's getting confused as well. That's why they're all leaving. Unfortunately, tonight, mate, what is this, bro? Are we serious? So we break super early when the safety car is started, and Salt here forced me into a wall, and my front wing is dead. Well, Joyful, unfortunately, mate, you have had no wings tonight. We have no idea how that's happened, and feel free to put a report in, mate, because we can't do anything now, as you are out of this race. We have 15 drivers remaining, and every single one of these drivers, Vettel, is going to score a point. Question is, who is going to win this race at the moment? Because we've seen 2 safety cars very, very quickly. We've seen a very, very good performance from Withmative, getting a 2-second gap to Plugger, which Boltsaru did a great job. But now he's got to do it all again. Can we see Squash Josh and Dido cause a bit of a problem tonight? You know, if they've got the pace. We're looking at some times at the moment. Plugger's the quickest car on the track with a 29.7. With Matifa's the second with a 29.8. Then you've got Bolts with a 132, Squash with a 134, and Dido with a 131. So Dido is the third quickest driver. So are we going to see any difference tonight? What do you think we're going to see? Or is
I
this
don't
with,
know.
or is
Could
this
be.
with to win?
No, Whiff's not ready to win it. He's coming second, and I'm just saying this because I'm Mercedes biased. I think Plug is going to win.
Yes, I knew you would say that. I did not even have to ask the question. Why?
Yep.
Here we go. Is Echo in the lobby? We have no idea. I've messaged him. He could be. He may not. I don't know. Problems.
He has not responded to us.
Not responded to us, so we've got no idea. So I will ask again. If not, then he will be DSQ'd. That will be something that we need to know for the stats. The results at the end. So I'll tag him again. Just find out. Are you in the lobby? Oh, that's one person. Echo. Frustrating when people don't answer you, because he could destroy their races at the back. So let's see what happens. All right, 24 people tuning in. We've got the prediction out, done and dusted. How many drivers will get pens? You have all said 6. No one has said 9. No one.
Hey,
Well, no one said 12.
I said 9. I put 1 point on 9.
Well, yeah, 1. Yeah, that doesn't really count. I don't
Where? 1 point.
point. How much money do you have?
1.
you
I'm
have?
telling you, Div 2 Texas got me broke.
How much money do you have on channel points?
I have. Here we go. 2,384.
And you put a point on it. Like, really? You?
Yeah, well, now I'm at 83.
Right.
See, this is why I'm broke. I just lost another point.
Alright, well, we're going to have the safety car coming in, and you're going to lose more points in a minute because everyone is going for a prediction of 6. And at the moment, we have got on the board
4.
4. Thank you very much. Right, with Matif, I'm going
Deleted.
to take this one away. I'm going to jump on board with Dido for an onboard, and I'm going to let you take it away. So, yeah. Over to you.
All right.
BLT battle.
So, we are lap 17, almost about to be the 18 of the Singapore Grand Prix round. I don't know. I don't keep track of the rounds. SJ will be able to tell me.
14.
14. Yep. So we are going now. We are off. With Teeth has started. Plugger gets a good start. Oh, Squash Josh might get the move on Boltaroo. They're going side by side. Turn 1. Late on the brakes goes Bolts. He does not get the move done. Keeps it clean. Single file through turn 3. The Haas of Salt for My Chips gets very close to Dido. And Squash Josh has spun. And he's hit the wall. I don't know if he got damage. It looked like he did. He did get front left wing damage. That is not great for him. That is probably the worst spot to do it as well. That's very unfortunate. Boltaroo might actually get the move done on Plugger. He's burning a lot of it. He sticks it single file again. Good to keep it clean though. Dido is sitting behind all of it. Got a few gap behind, got a good gap in front. But no, that's very unfortunate for Squash Josh. He will recover well, but he's got wing damage. He's not going to end well.
He's done it again.
Has he?
He done the same thing in Azerbaijan, and he's done it exactly the same.
And he's just cut the track.
He's done it again.
That's not.
And yeah, he's gonna struggle now for durability on that Red Bull, and he's gonna come under extreme pressure from the Mercedes as well. Very unfortunate, you know. Gets onto the power too early, and then the back end just loses it. And he's done exactly the same thing in Azerbaijan, and that has cost him. Yeah, that's cost him. Could actually cost him a podium as well, because now he's going to be going on hards with no front left, and when those tyres start to hurt, I don't think it will hurt now, because you'll be able to go to the end here. But I reckon we could see another safety hit. So interesting. I want to see if Boltaroo's going to try and attack Plugger and get in front and put pressure on, and then try and let Whiff pull away, because at the moment Whiff is in a bit of trouble because he's got the DRS zone coming up very shortly, and Plugger is right behind him, and they do not want to let the Mercedes get out in front, because we know that if he gets out in front, he will not make any mistakes. So can we see the warnings for top 6? I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I cannot do that. I feel that if I go on Race Director, it glitches and we freeze the stream. So yeah, unfortunately Vettel can probably do that for you and give you a bit of an idea of warnings if you want to, Vettel. It's up to you.
I would do a specific driver, but I'm not remembering the top 6 drivers.
Yeah. Who do you want? No, we should do that. That's actually a good idea. That he's actually brought that up. We should do warnings as a channel points. Good thinking.
Whiff and bolts. Yep. Okay.
Put it in suggestions, Edge. Race to
Okay. Bolts is bolts 1. Bolts is on 2. Whiff is on none.
Ooh, Plugger.
There you go. Plugger, you know what? Okay. He is on just the 1.
That should not be done, anyways. How do you mean, Mazzy? I'm trying to get an answer. What do you mean it should not be done, anyways? I'm trying to understand what he means.
I don't mind the warnings idea, but it should definitely be done by the co-host.
Oh yeah, not by me. Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think we should put that in for an idea for next season as channel points.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Warnings. You have to pay 85,000 points though to find them out.
Okay. I've just got one. I've just lost a point on the prediction.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. That is a bit secret. Yeah, I get where he's coming from on that. A little bit of a secret thing, seeing how many warnings they've got. But that could help in some way because you put a bit of pressure on them and force them into making a mistake. Then benefits you as the driver. Didn't think of it that way. Hey, Vettel.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there you go. So you look at the warnings and then you see, oh, right, he's got 2. Okay, let's just force him wide a little bit. You know. How you going? Oh, oops. Oh, he's got 3. There you go. Then continue driving. That's a little bit, a little bit naughty, but if you can get away with it, and do it within the guidelines, then yeah, by all means. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Mazzy. I do get what you mean. But it's something that we can look at. How many of us do it with the battery level as well? I have no idea. Are we going to do channel points for battery level? We can see how much battery they've got. It's on the bottom screen. Anyway, Squash Josh 3 seconds in P6. That is his race done and dusted now. Unfortunately, he's going to have to try and push his way up through the pack. The question I'm going to be is, Shifty Flight getting a 3 as well. And that's both McLarens now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 1 away from 6. And we've got someone round at the back. Kyotonic Hill Williams has had a bit of an incident. And we've got an onboard with Whiff out in front. There you go, Edgemeister. Not a bad race. 10 laps to go.
Yes, I've just seen Terrace overtake Shifty Flight, and we're seeing a crash at the back. Oh no, it's Sammy the Slammer again! He has... Oh, that's really unfortunate. He's just sitting at the back, waiting for everyone to leave so he can get a good rejoin. Hopefully, yeah. And he's retired on track.
Oh, God. There we go. Note
He's
that.
called it a night.
J-Man, lap 21.
He's had a very unlucky night.
Lap 21, please, J-Man.
Very unlucky night for him. So there's a VSE. Maybe we see a drive-through. I know this track is very weird with a bunch of hard braking. Like the delta can change instantly, basically. Like I was during a safety car, I was at like 2.8, and then the next turn I was in the reds. I was in the red delta, so it's not overall amazing. I didn't overtake the 3 second, which was good, but yeah, I don't know. They seem to be interesting, but Sammy Slammer has left the session. A very unfortunate night for him. Yeah, I do feel for him, but DRS is enabled. It's green. There is no drive-throughs, no penalties at all, which is good, but there's a massive gap between 4th and 5th with 3.3 seconds. But Salt for My Chips is
Plugger's going for the move! Plugger's going for the move on the right-hand side. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Oh, a little bit of force between here and Whiff. As you can see on the right-hand side, Whiff is going to hold the line, gets close to the curb, they're still going wheel to wheel. Whiff needs to keep the inside line, keeps it. Oh, Plugger, it's tapped him! Oh, a little bit of a tap there, and Dino's coming through the middle, and Dino's trying to make the move to pass Bolts. Does he get the move done? Dino goes behind him, looking on board with Whiff, still on board. Dino goes, oh, he gets squeezed there. Bolts keeps that position. This is not what Kick want. They need to get this position back. Good driving there from Plugger, a little bit of a hit. Don't know if that'll get looked up by the stewards. We'll have to wait and see. There's Russian and Jake.
Oh, Cash Mash! Cash Mash!
Cash Mash.
Oh, he spins under the bridge.
What his name is? He's saying it too quickly.
He is spun under the bridge.
Say it 5 times very quickly.
JK Cash Mash, JK Cash Mash, JK Cash Mash, JK Cash Mash, JK Cash Mash.
Well done. Now say orange 4 times very quickly.
And orange. Ah. Anyway, so yeah, he spun under the bridge. I think there was a bit of contact. I know the turn before that, the weird right.
And he's gone. Where'd he go? You were talking and then he disappeared.
Yeah, I accidentally unplugged my headset cord.
Getting too excited. With Matif going on the DRS.
Yeah, I did.
Here we go, 49%. He's going to get the move back. He has to get the move back. Here we go, on the left-hand side to Plugger. Plugger's going to defend it. No, he's not. He's going to push it into none. Boltsaru's got a massive opportunity. This is going to be going to the wire, I feel. And this is, oh, Boltsaru really late on the brakes. Has to be very, very careful. It's like a domino effect. If he brakes late, then Dino has to brake late, and it could be a domino effect. There we go. But a nice little battle here between the top 4. They have gone. They are out and about. And Squash Josh is 4 seconds down the road, bringing in another 3 other cars. So massive opportunity. And Angus in the mix of that, right? It's got no pins, is looking at a P5 and his teammate in a P2. So great job from Mercedes so far at the moment. But Kick Sauber, can Boltsaru do anything to stop this? Or Dido? We've seen Dido be very quick tonight in the sprint and in the feature. Right, and big points up for grabs here. Big points, you know, and he's got a massive opportunity. He tried to get the move done on Boltsaru earlier on, but the question is what's Whiff going to do? Does he hold Plugger up? Does he try and get Bolts past him? You know, this is the question, because we know how difficult it is overtake here. My DMs?
Yeah.
Whose DMs?
So...
Oh, Edge, you should check your DMs sometime. I do, but yeah. Oh, we got drama going out the back. Sorry, Hennessy is round. He's made a bit of an incident. Kyotonic is up into P11. No, 2. Oh, good. Back through the front of the pack. And Whiff trying to pull away, but Plugger holding on. So's Bolts and so's Dido. Great race by this top 4 at the moment. Vettel. Great race.
It is. It's been good since the sprint race, where it was these 4 with Squash Josh as well. But top 5 still standing. There is a bit of a gap with 4.2 seconds between 5th and 4th. But Plugger and Whiff, they are very close to each other. They're only 3.5 tenths. And Plugger very late on the brakes, almost making contact. It was very smooth that he didn't make contact, but he lost a few tenths from that. I'm sure he will gain it all back in the DRS zones coming up. He is on 60% battery, while Plugger's on 60, while Whiff is on 40. So pretty similar in battery wise. Bolts is sitting behind on 40 as well.
Yeah.
So
and Dido is definitely the quicker car out of him and Bolts. You can see it. At the moment, he was nearly like 1.5 tenths behind him, so he has to be very, very careful not to get late on the brakes to lose that front wing. We're going to see DRS zone here, so we're going to jump on board with Plugger on board tonight for this little battle here, because we're going to see it. Here we go, coming up with the DRS. Whiff gets that a little bit wrong there. Plugger gets onto the exit. Here we go, DRS, Whiff on 39, Plugger on 51. Here we go, doesn't get the move done. Terrence is out.
Oh no, Terrence. That was a safety car.
And that is a safety car. And where's he done that? Where has he done that? On the right hand. Oh, that is a bad accident.
That is.
The stewards have done a fantastic job because that car has disappeared.
As Velocity Echo's behind the safety car, can he... Oh, he can overtake it. He was sitting behind it for a while.
We need to know from 180 if this guy is in the car. Because if he's in the car, broken pedals, he's in P12. great job. Gotta say, if he
And
is,
there's only 13 people on track right now.
yeah, I know. Shifty
Oh,
fly,
shift flight, drive
drive through.
through.
That is a big one. That is a big one. Right, question now. What do you do in kick situation? Because this is not a situation to be in. Do you hang it out?
Yeah.
You gamble.
You hang it out. There is 6 laps to go.
Ooh. It's tough decisions, isn't it? It's tough decisions. Because if P5 box, then they just stay where they are. And nope. And nope. They're all staying. Yep. He's got nothing to lose. Salt's going to continue. Angus going to continue. Russian going to pit. Shifty Flight going to continue. Kyotonic, he'll definitely come in. Yep. Hennessy. He's miles back, but what's he going to do? He's going to pit. Let's see if Velocity Echo comes in. No, he's AI. Because if he wasn't, then he would pit. So Velocity Echo is AI. There's your answer. Well, it's 100%, because you'd pit, wouldn't you? You would pit. If you're in P15 and you're going to be right at the back with no pens, you would pit, wouldn't you? You wouldn't continue on hards.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you're last, you've got no positions to lose.
So he is AI. So at the moment, he will be DSQ'd from this race. So currently, we will have 12 finishers instead of 13. Okie dokie. So, a little bit of an incident tonight with some of the DNFs. Not a good night for Alpine, and not a good night for Visa Cash App either. Both drivers out, unfortunate there. But yeah, this is where it's going to get very interesting now, because we've got one guy on the mediums, second guy on the mediums of Squash Josh, excuse me, and 3 guys on the softs, and P1 to P7, and well, we'll forget Velocity, all over on the hards. Keen to be the complaints manager. Will you check in, mate, and you announce yourself as a vote as in the announcements? And that's why I do want to talk about that now as well quickly while we're on a safety car. So as you've seen the last few weeks, or just in the last couple of days, Rush Racing League has put out an announcement to say in roles going into next season. So if you want to get involved in commentating, stewarding, TP manager, TP assistant, division manager, onboard manager, division manager assistant, director or team principal, anything within Rush Racing League, then feel free to jump in the Discord and get amongst the voting. And Shifty Fight's just got a 10-second for speed in the pit lane, and he's retired. Why would you retire when you're going to score points? Don't get that. That's just silly. Silly. Anyway, frustrating at the same time. Yeah, so feel free to get them on the announcements. And also, we've put in a poll, and you've seen this poll. All drivers, your schedule for next season. If you're jumping in, if you're going to continue with us for next season, if you want to be full-time, if you want to be a reserve driver, if you want to be a spectator, or if unfortunately it's not for you and you want to go out the door, then by all means, you're free to leave. So we've done that across all 6 divisions. You've obviously seen that vote, and obviously your vote, Vettel. What are you planning to do next season?
Yes, full time.
Good man. So yeah, so there you go. It's all out there. It'll happen. It'll stay there until the end of the season. So we'll count up all the votes. We'll then put a sign up at the end of the season, and we'll do a proper sign up process. But yeah, just giving you a heads up that that's been the last couple of days. There won't be any announcement on Friday. It normally is. So yeah, we'll be leaving that for the time being, and yeah, looking forward to F125, and I think it's going to be a blast. But yeah, and it's good to see more people get involved, Vettel.
Yeah, I mean 6 divisions, and overall Rush is growing. I've just dropped my phone, but I'm praying this is the last lap of safety car. We have got Kyotonic 17 seconds behind, so might be called in very late, or we'll be having to do another lap of yapping along.
Yeah, It has been a very interesting night tonight. We've seen Plugger dominate Division 3. He's obviously in a very, very good position at the moment in that P2 position. He's got the 2 kicks in P1 and P3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people with pens. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Russian can do on those mediums. Also, Josh and also Kyotonic and Inesy is into the pits onto those mediums. Does not rate them mid softs. Very interesting strat there. I thought he would have just stayed on the softs with like 3 laps remaining. Interesting. Question is how quick is Roshan going to be on those mediums to get through Angus, Salt, Dido, Bolts, and Plugger and with a pen as well? Going to be very interesting to see. And the same thing goes for Josh. Going to have to get past the AI of Velocity as well. And the same thing for J-Cash, Smash, Pyotonic, and Hennessy. So yeah, could be an interesting one. And we've seen here in Singapore, very difficult to overtake, very difficult to get the moves done.
Yes, it is. Overall, though, this Division 3 race is actually doing very well. There is a lot of overtake. Very entertaining. I thought when I got told, you're commentating Singapore, it's going to be pretty boring. But no, this is actually really good, this race. We've maxed out on safety cars and VSCs. We saw a wet sprint. And I'm looking forward to the next 3 or so laps.
I am indeed as well. And while we're on that subject, we have Driver of the Day getting among us. And I've got no clue of who deserves it. I've got no
Well, we're going to decide quickly. Safety cars in this lap.
Alright, who's yours?
Mercedes biased. With Matif.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Mary. That's not in the in the vote, but appreciate it. I don't know. I'm gonna say Dido. Dido's been pretty good tonight. He got the oh crap. He got the TOTD. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to I can't spell. There we go. I'm gonna pin that. And we're going to put that in a poll, and we're going to... Oh, we're underway. Here we go. Sorry. Do apologise. Let Vettel take this away while I'm doing the vote on the poll.
All right. We got Roshan Robot taking a 3-second penalty. It's a very close train so far. You're only between 2 seconds between first and last. So it's insanely quick. We've got Cash Rush and Kyotonic side by side. Oh, this might not end well. All insanely early braking from Velocity Echo. The AI has pushed Cash Mash off track. That's not great.
Sorry, no, Dido nearly lost the back end there and nearly went into the wall. He's coming under extreme pressure from Salt. And I don't mean salt in packet of crisps. I mean salt for my chips. Maybe the same thing. We'll have to wait and see. Feel free to Google that in Google. And that might come up whatever it is. Dido MP for 1.9 seconds. And that's in the leader at the moment. So we'll go over to the intervals. Is the wife on comms Vettel? No, that is Vettel. My wife does not do comms. She will never get on here with the voice. I will try for a special event at some point. Try and get on here. She'll probably have no idea what the hell to say, but yeah. All good for shits and giggles. Plugger in P2, second behind with Matif. Bolts are in 4.5 tenths. We've got Dido in 6.5 tenths. Then Salt, then Russian, then Squash, then Angus, then Kaya, then J-Cash Smash, as Vettel said over 5 times. Hennessy in P11 and Velocity Echo has done a great job in AI, but will be DSQ'd in this race, unfortunately. With Matif is leading the way at the moment. 1 lap to go. We've seen this before. We saw this at Baku. Is it going to happen again, Vettel, between Plugger and Whiff, or is he going to start to pull away the gap now? It's 20% on the ERS and it's 8% on Plugger. It looks like it.
Well, look at Plugger. He's on 2%.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to he's really going to...
So yeah, Whiff's on 16, 18, whatever. Bolts is on 30. So it's not looking great for Plugger. If he can take the P2, I'd just settle with that. as we're seeing Angus go down. It's boxed in by the Ferraris. He got wing damage from Hennessy. Not Hennessy, Cash Mash. They box him in. That was... If that was planned, that's insanely dirty. But okay, anyway, we go back to the front. Plugger on 40%, with Matif on 60%, and Bolter on 70%. Oh, this is not looking good for Plugger.
Yeah,
they are all burning, all on hot lap mode. Hopefully Plugger can just keep P2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be very, very close here because Plugger doesn't seem to have the ERS, Bolts does, and so does Dido, and Dido looks like he's ready to pounce on Boltzaroo. We're going to have the last final lap, and I'll take it away. Oh, Plugger gets it all wrong on the curb there, and he's brought Plugger right into it now. They're on the same ERS, and DRS will be disabled for Plugger. He will get the job done. As you can see, Dido is really right behind. He's got a massive opportunity for podium here. He just needs to time this to perfection. Nearly gets it wrong on the curb there. Back up to the front. Plugger is right behind Whiff. Whiff needs to defend. He needs to go for it. This is it now. He cannot make any mistakes. He's got a better exit than Plugger. Plugger's gone a little bit wide into the wall. Plugger's 25%. Dido too far back. Nothing looks like it's going to change here. Whiff is going to hold the line. Plugger's going to go for the move. Doesn't get it. He's not going to get the job done here. I don't think he's going to have another chance. He's going to have to save everything up for Sector 3. That's the only way he can get the move done. Boltzaroo in P3. Russian is right behind Dido, but he's got that pen and he won't want to force it. He'll just want to try and stay. If he keeps as much as he can, he might be able to get the job done on Kaya as well and get that P5 position, as it looks like it will stay the same unless JK Smash takes over everyone. Dido in that P4 position, Boltzaroo in P3, Plugger another shot here, down in P2, not going to get the job done with the DRS in Sector 3 coming up now. Last chance, 30%, 37%, Bolts is in the 30s, Dido is in the 34s, and Dido is being absolutely harassed by the McLaren, who looks like to go for the move on the right hand side, doesn't go for the move done. Plugger still stays in behind with Matif is going to keep it. At the moment, we have seen all things happen on the last lap at the finishing line. With Matif is going to take the win of the Singapore Grand Prix. Plugger in P2, Boltzaroo in P3, and what a finish there between Dido and Russian Robot. Dido and Kyotonic into P4 and P5. And I forgot the rest.
What a race. I know Williams finished 4th and 5th. That is crazy. We saw Kaio become softs at one point, go on the softs halfway through the race, and he finished P5. Yes, it was through penalties, but that is still insane.
It is indeed, and my voice is cooked. Okay, so
that's finishing round 14. What a way to finish it.
Definitely, absolutely great result for Kick Sauber tonight. They were phenomenal, and also with a lot of the guys tonight. It was unlucky for a few. There we go, guys. Join the comms box. We'll jump over onto the Twitch. Whiff Matif does get driver of the day. Congrats to Whiff DOTD, and there we go. Congratulations to Whiff, and we'll go into the prediction outcome. How many drivers will get pens? How many drivers did get pens in the end? It was 4, wasn't it? Yeah, 4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6! Oh, everyone's got it right! Congratulations! There you go. How many drivers got pens? And everyone said 6, and they got it spot on. Right, while I'm doing that, though, I will quickly go over to the results page. Here we go. With Matif, Plugger, Boltzaroo take up your top 3. Kyotonic gets the fastest lap in that P5 position. Great job from him. He was actually an interesting one for driver of the day, from P14 to P5. Then you squash Josh, Russian Robot, all the way down for Salt for My Chips. JK Smash, Angus, Hennessy, Velocity Echo, unfortunately. Then Shifty out, Terrence out, Sammy, Trio, Joyful, Sebi, and Chisel, all out of this race. Viewership, not the best tonight, unfortunately. Let's try and pick it up next week. But yeah, before we get these guys in to have a quick chat with us, Vettel, give us a little bit of a summary of tonight's race.
So yeah, we saw a very interesting wet sprint race. We saw Dido take the win of that. That was very... how I word it, very intense, very close, very good sprint race. probably one of the best of the round. And then we saw a Kicksauber get a 1-2 in qualifying for the feature race. They did very good pace. They worked together the whole race. They did very well, kept it clean. We saw Plugger, Dito, Roshan up there. They were all fighting for the win. There was 3 safety cars, 1 VSC, a lot of drama, a lot of how do I word it? A lot of chaos. But overall, we saw Whiff take the win, and it was a very well-deserved, very good race.
Yeah, it was indeed. And I'm going to let you come up with quote of the race, mate. I'll let you come up with that. So get your thinking hat on. If you can't think of one, then I'll do it. But I'm going to let you take control of that. We are going to jump on board with some interviews because we've got the guys in now. So get over to 2-player cars and no, I have no idea. No, I don't want player cars. What am I talking about? Here we go. This is the one. And we've got the green machines. And it is Bolts for you, Vettel. Over to you.
G'day, Bolts.
Hello, mate.
Talk me through your race.
Which one?
We'll go sprint first.
Well, knowing that I hate the fucking rain. Oh, sorry. I hate the rain. Wasn't confident around the sprint race, but yeah, still apparently scored P3 apparently in the sprint, so happy with that. Then in the feature, yeah, all I was doing was trying to help with get P1. That was my main plan, to be honest. To get Plugger to have a mistake, basically.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Overall, not too bad of a race from you. How was the teamwork going between you and Whiff? I'd say more in the feature race. The early stages when there was a gap between Plugger behind you and then there was Squash, Josh, and a few others a few seconds behind.
Yeah. I think me and Whiff probably the best team in our div. Like, working wise, I reckon we're at least one of us are top 3 every race, top 5 even. But yeah, this race especially just shows.
Yeah. Well, great race from you. Well-deserved podium, and I'll pass you over to SJ.
Awesome. Bolts, mate. I think last week you were a little bit disappointed, said in your voice of Coda. Obviously this week looked like it was a fantastic night, going over both races in the feature, P3, and obviously consistent tonight in the feature as well in P3 in both sprint and feature. Did you ever think of a plan to try and get in front of Plugger at any point to try and hold him down so Whiff could then try and pull away? Or did the safety car mess up your strategy?
Yeah, I think that was like the whole plan. Well, for me especially, I told Whiff what I was gonna do. I was gonna try and dive down inside of Plugger every time down the DRS straight to make him slow down, so he loses Whiff, and I can easily go for an overtake through the DRS. But yeah, that was my whole plan, trying to get past Plugger. But yeah, safety cars kind of ruined it.
There was a race out there for you tonight. Obviously, quali, sprint, rain looked treacherous. Did not look good. Looked very, very difficult. So how did you find the 2 races between the 2? Obviously the wet and then obviously the dry.
Quite fun, to be honest. Wish we could do those races more often, but yeah, guess we only can do it once every season. But yeah,
it's pot luck.
I know that Plugger was slow in the rain.
Pot luck when it
so
rains.
So I spoke of score points.
Pot luck when it rains. You don't have to
Yeah.
rain all the time because I'll tell you, Squash Josh is a rain merchant, so be careful of him in the Red Bull. Obviously, a fantastic night for you guys. Brazil next week. It's obviously your colours, green. How you feeling around Brazil? And it's another sprint weekend, so massive opportunity for big points.
Very confident. I think that's probably one of my best tracks. Yeah, I feel very confident.
One more question before you go. No toe tonight.
Yeah.
What was the go there? Didn't feel it?
Hard. Well, me and Whiff, we didn't really talk about it much because we knew the toe, I think, wasn't very beneficial because it's a very short, narrow track. So I just feel for me that it just wasn't worth it, to be honest.
So we're definitely seeing the toe in Brazil then, aren't we?
Who knows? Maybe.
No, that's 100%. You know, I don't need to say no because that's definitely going to happen. Fantastic, well done. You've really pulled in the gap on your teammate as well. 188 points to Whiff's 196. So congratulations. There's a bit of a jump now from you and Josh. You know, he's on 130. We'll say 129, but he's on 130. We'll just put it to the nearest 10. That's 30, 40, 50, 60, 78. That's 50 points. Are you feeling, you know, or you could be do you feel that you can relax a little bit now going into the remainder of the season with that gap?
Well, not really. Josh has had like very unlucky races over the part like this whole season, but nah, definitely not. More focused on the people in front of me.
Ooh, going for the championship.
Not that plug is too far ahead.
I think so now, yeah. We're
Hope I'm helping with
yeah.
my help with go up there.
Yeah, well, he's still got an opportunity. He's still got a massive opportunity. So, yeah. All right, mate. Well done. Congratulations tonight. Consistent all the way through. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do in Brazil next week. It's another sprint weekend. So, and we know what Brazil is very similar to Singapore with weather. It's mixed. You know, you can have a nice, nice, lovely dry race, or you can have a nice wet race. I'll say something: you do not want a wet race at Brazil because the the wet races we've had in Brazil, the weatherman has no idea what it's going to be. So yeah, there's a serious problem with that track. If it wants to rain, dry up, rain, I've got no idea. So hopefully she's a dry race, and yeah, we can see some fast guys again and get the green team out there and again. So well done, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for the toe. Josh probably wanted to be rain, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. All right, over to you, Vettel, and this person is not on the podium, which is something that you probably see quite a lot this week with Plugger.
Not on the podium.
P1, I meant. Sorry.
That's all right. G'day, Plugger.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah, great race from you, mate. Talk me through it.
Oh, well, you know, sprint race, we'll just write that off. I don't know
Fair
what
enough.
happened at the start. Some interesting moves, legal overtakes, people then having to slow, a couple of people sending it a bit hard, spins. Don't really know, but whatever. Low points, move on. Race though, yeah, that was a battle. It was spicy with the kicks. Knew what their plan would be. With just too fast. Yeah, it was a fantastic race from him. He just had so much exit speed. I couldn't keep up with him. So I was pretty happy to get P2, to be honest. I thought that they'd work, well, they did work well together to keep me out and try and get 1-2. So really, it was a battle of trying to keep second, not necessarily win. And Bolts, he nearly did it twice, I think, on the safety car restart. The first one, Whiff was gone 2.5 seconds up the road. And he's right. He just pokes his nose in the tiniest amount and then pulls it out. So I can't do anything about it. It looks like he's going to send it. So you have to kind of give space. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your own race. But then he doesn't send it. And so therefore, you know, there's no ticket, there's no report, there's no incident. It's clean. And I lose time. It's very smart. So well played to them. But thankfully, the safety car restart, safety car second one got me back, and then the third one, I lost him a bit, and I burnt absolutely everything. I actually had a warning to play with too. I had one morning, so I went to I didn't cut the corner because I didn't actually use that warning, but I used every bit of track knowing that if I did accidentally cut it, that I had that up my sleeve to get back into DRS, and it worked. And then the finish was the finish. Just no point sending it on him. There's no point doing that. Take P2. He deserved the win, and well done to everyone that finished. Bit of a cluster by the looks of that.
It was chaos. I'll tell you that. Overall, good P2. You should be getting very close to that championship trophy. I give it a few more weeks, then it's all your hands on it. But I'll pass you over to SJ if he's got any questions.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Plugger. Good evening, mate. Obviously, not probably the best starts for you in the sprint. Didn't seem that you had the best of starts there. Obviously, there was a lot of things going on, and we obviously tried to work out what was going on. And obviously, there was no idea of a red flag or situation, so we continued. And then we saw everyone start to, pull in the gaps, but we did see gaps start to fall. We saw Roshan get a 10 seconds very, very quickly. We have no idea what for, so we don't know if that's going to be looked at. But yeah, it seemed like you're in a bit of a battle there with the mediums pack. Couldn't get to the front.
In the
Sprint.
in the feature race.
Sprint.
In the sprint, yeah. Look, the intermediates. I was on the inters, so I had a reasonable start. To be honest, I think at one point I got up to, or like in the first lap, I got up a few positions and was quite happy. And then I think J Cash had a moment in front of me that pushed me wide, and I avoided it, so I kept my wing because no safety cars in sprint races, so damage and you're cooked. But just too much time lost in the rain. I was up into 6th there. I'm just watching it now, and I dropped all the way to 13th after that collision. And Josh, looks like Josh and the pack above him in P4 just ran away. I had really good pace halfway through when the inters came alive. I had my diff too low, was half the problem. And really tried to put some time in, and I caught that front pack, but just too late. Too little. Oh, sorry, not the front pack, but the points pack. But it was just too late. But yeah, a few people not braking. So watch it get back here and see how many times I got tapped in the rear, which caused me to tap others in the rear. So people just need to probably remember it's wet and brakes do not work so well, especially on lap 1 of a sprint. But anyway, that's is what it is.
Yeah, definitely, and the conditions obviously didn't help it. We saw obviously a mixed, not massive mix, but we saw a lot of people on the inters and a few going on the wets, and it definitely did not look wet at all. And we did see, at the front, obviously Dido and Josh and Bolts. Bolts actually fell a little bit back from Josh and Dido. He was actually battling them for quite some time, and then things started to change, and we know how good Josh is in the wet, so really good. Points for him. But no, end of the day, you still got points. That's the main thing in the sprint. Do you look at the sprint race, and we say this to a lot of drivers now and again, you go into it, and obviously some people qualify, we had some big names at the back, for instance, got Kyotonic, he was at the back, he was in P19. You had Hennessy, P15, Salt, P12, Triokev, 16th, Chisel, 18th, Sebi, 17th, Sammy Sam, 13th, and yourself, 8th. Do you look at it that it's a gauge going into the feature? So do your best, but don't really don't really care. Not really care.
Yeah.
You want to still score points because 8 points.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Nothing.
I know what you mean. Yeah, that's right. 8 points is sort of nothing. But the point, I think with the sprint, the thing is, like feature race, you want to be top 5 or top 6 because they get the additional points. They get more than what 7, 8, 9 get in terms of it's not just one extra point for one position. Whereas a sprint, whether you finish first or sort of 7th or 8th, it doesn't matter too much. You're just trying to get a feel for the track. But I guess when it's rain, and we knew that the quali was going to be dry and the race was going to be dry, so it kind of didn't allow too much freedom to work out whose people's pace was. But for me, I bottled quali twice in the sprint, so it was all about getting some laps in just to get some rhythm into it. And I had a better quality in the feature, so that's what I took out of it.
Yeah, no, great job, and we'll talk about the feature as well because obviously the feature was a very interesting race, and we have seen a little bit of a few drama situations over this weekend on the last couple of laps, and I thought we were going to see it again tonight with you and Whiff. You'd say it's a little bit of contact between you and Whiff. I know it's probably a little bit of wheel banging, but just give us a little bit of an insight what happened there. It looked like you two came together, but some great racing.
On the
Very, very
last lap.
tight. Oh, what blimey. 24, was it?
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, we went side
Yeah.
by side off the safety car restart. Yeah, it was pretty hard racing, clean.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Whiff gave me room, I gave him room. At the end of the day, I didn't know how much he wanted to work together or whatever, but he got the position the next lap and then just took off again from there. So either way, I didn't really get much advantage from doing it, so I gave up. Also, there's no point trying to go again because he just had more pace than me. I couldn't do it. But yeah, it was great. I think Whiff and I both have respect for each other, a lot of respect for each other, and the way we race, and I think that shows. And he deserved that win today. So well done.
No, definitely, you can definitely say that. I don't know if that's gonna happen if he starts to pull in a gap on you, mate. I think that might change.
Might change a bit.
Yeah, probably. We did see, obviously, it was the Greens versus the Mercedes tonight. You had both of them, one in front and one behind. And you did manage to get in front of Bolts, and that was due to the safety car. So the safety car really did you a good number tonight.
Yeah.
Did you ever
double
think?
stack.
Did you ever think that Boltz was going to try and get in front of you and hold you up? Because we did actually start to see him do it earlier on in the race before the safety car, and Whiff came to around about 8 and a 9/10 gap, but he just didn't get into that DRS zone. He managed to pull back in
Yep.
on him. Did you ever think that was the case, that they might do that? Because the same thing happened with Whiff. With the McLarens, they held him up and they kicked him off the podium. So did you ever think that was on the cards tonight with the Sauber? How close they were to you?
100%. Yeah, 100%. That was. I mean, I thought that was their plan, would be Bolts to try and be aggressive. Again, Bolts and I think have a lot of respect for each other. So I didn't think he was going to try and take me out, but I knew that he was going to play hardball. And he did it fairly. But I just managed to keep the car in front and not to lose too much time. And yeah, the safety car helped, but I could tell that it was a Bolts get in front and Whiff sail away. But around this track, you really can't, you don't know what's going to happen. There's always a late safety car here, so I wasn't too worried as long as I kept clean and kept out front and kept my wing. So
it's the unknown. It's the unknown. Singapore is the unknown, especially if we haven't had it in wet conditions. It is absolutely ruthless. Going into next week, Brazil, round number 15, 5 more races, 4 races, and then the mystery. How you feeling around there? Another sprint weekend, obviously big points on offer. Just going to give you a bit of a heads up because you probably don't know. Pending results at the moment, you are 272 out front, with Dido behind with 215, with Matif 196. I am now pressing driving standings to see how many points you are at in front, because I cannot be bothered to work that out. 57 points in front. So technically that is 2 races. So
yeah, it's nothing.
I think Brazil,
it's nothing really, mate.
Brazil, if you win Brazil sprint weekend, I think that's all she wrote. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
He is the last man.
It's not all she wrote. Sorry, I say I disagree. I don't agree. I disagree.
I agree. But yeah, carry on.
Just because EA, anything can happen. You can get an illegal overtake and a 10, and if you have to serve it, you're cooked. So I won't be claiming victory until it's mathematically impossible. So
is that
we'll see. And I hate Brazil.
Is that because what you've
seen
in the
I hate
past
Brazil.
with Div 2? Bev's dominated all the way through.
Yep,
15
jumped
races,
in front.
And
I've had 2 races at Jeddah SJ in the last month, and I've binned it twice and ended up with no points. So I'm taking nothing for granted.
Jeddah, mate, I'm going on holiday.
To come.
I'm going on holiday. I hate that track.
Yeah, it might be one of those nights.
All right. Well, a fantastic job as always. Consistent.
Thanks, guys.
Great job in both races, and yeah, a really, really good night for you and the Kicks. And we'll take it over to the next one, which is Whiff. Over to you, Vettel.
G'day, Whiff.
G'day.
I want a race, man. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, mate. It was fun.
Yeah, what I mean. Talk me through. We'll go through the sprint race first. How was the wet?
I mean, I don't think I would have done too bad, but yeah, starting. Where did I start? About P2, I think, somewhere up there.
You and Bolts were 1-2, so you either pole or second.
But yeah, I got an illegal on Josh, because he has no TC, so I just kind of let him through a bit. But he got an illegal on me, so I was like, go through, Whiff, go through. But yeah, I went through on him, and then I got an illegal on him, so I had to pretty much come to a stop on the side of the road because I got one on Joyful as well, which it's just EA things really. But yeah, I went down to pretty much dead last. Saw a plugger down there too. We just kind of made our way through the field. A little bit of battling in the sprint there, but yeah, he was just super quick in the wet.
Yeah, and how'd the qualifying and race feel for you?
Well, quali, I was kind of confident for quali. I did a lot more time trial than I usually do because Singapore's very difficult to overtake. If your one lap pace is, pretty good, then you can just get pole in quali and then just drive away, which I think that helped me with the safety car restarts, like Plugger was saying before. I kind of just drove away with the help of Bolts just holding Plugger up, but yeah, that definitely helped there. But yeah, after that it was pretty fun with all the restarts and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the win. Congrats on the double podium for your team, and I'll pass you over to SJ if he's got any questions.
Thank you very much. Whiff, mate, very, very similar to Plugger in the sprint. Unfortunately, only P9 for you. Unfortunately, not getting any points. Do you go into the same sort of mindset as I just asked the same question with Plugger? Going to the race, get a bit of a gauge in the sprint to then go into the feature? Are you looking to score points in the sprint? Like some people go for the last point, I actually remember my race the other night in I think it was Division 5 it was Division 5, and I was battling the Williams and I was going hell for leather to get that last point because why not. So yeah, how do you feel going into a sprint race? Do you use it as a gauge for the feature, or do you use both of the races just to score points?
I tried to use it for points and obviously just practice the track, but we've been doing it for quite a while before the lobby even started, so wasn't too fussed about that. But yeah, once I was towards the back, I saw Plugger was driving away from me in the wet. Once he was P8, I was P9. I had almost no chance of getting points, so I just thought, might as well just turn off traction control because that's quicker in the wet than full TC. But yeah, Plugger was still just gaining on me. Just way too quick then. But
okay, no, that's good because some people obviously just retire. They know they're not going to get any points and they just retire. They don't bother, which is
I don't retire.
Which is up
Never
to
retire.
them. Which is up to them. Going over to the feature, another good rate night. This result, do you feel? How's the word I'm going to ask here? Because the last one obviously felt, you're a bit disappointed. Obviously, what happened? You feel this is redemption, a little bit.
You could say that, yeah. Bolts and I are working together pretty well, so we're both trying to go for the the constructors and just kick overall. We're going for the overalls, not necessarily the top spots, but even P2 or P3, we're still definitely on for it. But yeah, it definitely could be some sort of redemption. With Brazil, I think Boss is the same. I feel quick. I said this in the Div 2 podium interviews because I got a podium there as well. I feel quick around Brazil, but compared to others, it's pretty slow. So yeah, not too sure how long this will last.
Well, it's going well, mate. Like I said, with the points at the moment, and Plugger is still turning around saying this is not over. There's 57 points between him and Dido. There's probably a little bit more between you and him, and anything can happen. He DNFs in both the sprint races. That's 34 points lost, and if you win both, that's 34 points gained. Then that pulls it down into 20 points, and you've got 4 races to go. Sorry, 5 races still to go, and one of those ones is a mystery, and we have no idea what that's going to be. So, are you still fighting this battle at the championship? Are you still feeling that you can take it to Plugger to the end of the season? I know I've asked this question before, and I like to keep asking it because we're seeing your performances. I'm looking at your stats at the moment, right? You've had 14 races. You like P3, I know that for a fact. You've got 2 P2s, 2 P1s, 1 P2, and 4 P3s. Plugger's got 5 P1s and 4 P2s, no P3s. So the guy never bloody finishes in P3. So that's obviously your aim, to get him to P3. Yeah. Obviously, we saw tonight, you two, obviously yourself and Bolts were right behind him. And I reckon if that was a different track, I think he would have had a bit of a different how do I put it? A different scenario, because you didn't have the room to, maneuver, and Bolts could put the pressure on. You could drop it down, try and get Bolts past, and then hold him up, and then let him go, and then try and work together. Brazil, it's going to be very interesting. Turn 1 is going to be very interesting. You've got a very, very powerful DRS zone in that sector 3. A lot of easy places. The tires go off very easy at Brazil as well. You lose the back end coming into turn I think it's turn 6 and 7. Up the hill, that's an easy part to lose. So, like, how are you feeling in yourself and in your teammate, and also in your team?
We're probably going to be doing some practice there in the coming week, coming couple of days, even. Or it might even start tomorrow. It's not a difficult track, but it's pretty hard to get right. You can do everything right, but the last corner, like the last braking zone, if you just get a tiny bit on the grass, you spin, which happens a lot. So it's very tricky to get right. I know as a team we're pretty consistent. So, it's just getting that consistency as high as it goes and getting some more pace with it. So, practice is going to be very important.
Yeah, well, good motivation there, mate, and been very, very impressed. You got driver of the day as well. Congratulations. Well done on tonight. It was a great night. It was basically you and Bolts versus Plugger. You did have Dido in there as well right at the end. He was pretty impressive in the sprint and just fell short in the feature. And he's there. He is there. He is in the mix. He's in P2 at the moment. So that looks like that's your battle as well. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see what you do next week in Brazil.
Excellent. Not too sure about the driver of the day thing. I think there were people that did a better job than me, but I'll take it. Won't complain.
Well, your results 4-1 between you and David.
What do you mean?
4 votes to 1. So yeah, hands down, mate. That was the way the cookie crumbles, mate. And no points for it, but you obviously know at the end, whoever gets driver of the day most gets a little bit of a reward at the end. So, and I've seen that bloody green team up there quite a lot with Tudor and yourself. So yeah, no, congratulations and well deserved. And yeah, like I said, we'll see what you can do next week in Brazil and bring on this battle. You know, it's not over. Plugger's definitely not saying it's over. I think it will be if he wins Brazil. I don't think it's going. I think it's going to be hard to get that back with the consistency that he's got. Doesn't really, very rarely makes mistakes, and if it's a track that he's not too keen on or the weather conditions, you might say him in the top 8, bottom 5. You know, so yeah, still things to fight for, and wish you all the best in Brazil.
Excellent. Cheers.
Vettel, mate, that is it. Job done. Division 3 job done and dusted. Yeah, I'll. Have you got an idea for quote of the race yet? Or have you gone to sleep?
No. I am
Have you
here.
got,
I
have you
am
got an
here.
idea for quote of the race before we...
All right,
Okay.
I'll steal it off Dynasty. This is what he did in Brazil
Don't tell me
last
yet.
season.
Don't tell me yet. Just a big up to everyone in the chat tonight. Thank you very much for following. Viewership a little bit low as always, but might be pretty busy tonight, guys. Let's see if we can pick it up next week. That is it. Done and dusted. Division 3. There is no more racing now. Reserve program is the last one tomorrow. Feel free to tune in if you are a reserve across Division 1, 2, 6. We are back here at Singapore, so that will be live tomorrow night on stream if my computer lets me stream. I'll have to see how we go. But yeah, tune in for that. And then on Friday night is something which is a little bit different. Now, we like to mix it up with our socials every week. We like to change the qualifying, the weather, track selection, everything. This week, it is cockpit only. So it's a new skill that every single driver, if they want to get amongst it, any driver, any reserve, full-time driver across any of the divisions, anyone in the league that can compete tomorrow night at 8 p.m. AEST is cockpit only with a 3-lapper championship. So a new skill that you can all learn. Come in, have a laugh, have a giggle. That's what it's all about. You know, take it still take it serious. It is competing. It is a competition. End of the day, it is round number 11, I think. But we like to mix it up. So it'd be great to see everyone there. Big up to everyone that did follow in tonight. Jamek090210. Thank you very much for the follow. Wavy Dens. Thank you very much for the follow. Dinky. Dr. Kinky TV, thank you very much. That seems a very unusual name, but okay. Bunry7447, thank you very much. And also for the on board. Big up to also our main sponsor, 369. Feel free to check them out in the comments. Also Pagnian. And also, like tonight, unfortunately, Echo's pedals broke. So if you have got some gear which is on its way out, then feel free to get on board Pagnin or SimLab or message me directly in the Discord and I will give you the code. Discount on every single one of them. And also Speed Nation as well, which is New Zealand only. So if you're a Kiwi, let me know. If you're not, then it's not going to work, unfortunately. Yeah, that is it. And we are back on tomorrow night, but then we're back with more league racing on Saturday for Division 1 at Monza, which is getting very interesting. 6 points between Gully and Chandler's going into 4 races left of the season in Division 1. It's really heating up there. Then you go over to Division 4, where Ricardo has just taken the lead over Pep for the first time this season. So that's something to look at as well. And then also Division 2 as well, which is Bevs has increased the lead on the Division 2 as well. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. Vettel, as always, mate, thank you very much for jumping into the stream.
Am I not doing my quote?
Yeah, I'm just yeah, mate, chill.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you for jumping in as always. And I'll let Vettel take it away.
All right. Winning isn't everything, but a mentality and the willing to win is.
Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in Brazil. Good night. Oh, done.